Creators Unite, episode 5, guest Qorpy. There we go,
What's
man.
going on, dudes?
Dude, that's really funny. I'm surprised that you didn't even like check.
Nope. No. Dude, no, I saw your face and I was like, wait a second. I know him from somewhere.
Yeah, do you know who Vision Wise is?
No, I don't
So,
believe. Is he on TikTok as well?
yeah, he's on TikTok. He's one of the bigger streamer guys. He kind of started the whole like struggles of a small streamer thing. I don't know if you've
Oh,
ever
okay,
seen that.
okay.
And I popped into his stream today, and I was just kind of seeing how his stream goes and stuff because I thought about reaching out to him, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about reaching out to huge people because I
Mm.
don't want anybody to be like, oh, you're just doing this for clout or something, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, I was just checking it out and I commented on something somebody said, and he was like, wait, is that Danny Dorito? And I was just like, what? Like apparently he's seen my stuff too, so it's
Oh
crazy,
yeah,
man.
dude.
TikTok's
Yeah,
discoverability is insane.
I popped into streams and like I go to small streamers like all the time, like 0 to 20, and I'll hit them with like a follow or something and try and help them out. And I had one dude the other day was like, wait a second, I know that name. I was like, what? Really? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
yeah.
So you said you were in the army.
Yeah,
When did
yeah.
you
I
get
was
out?
2016, 2017.
Oh, okay, so it's been a
Uh,
little while then.
yeah,
Okay.
it's been a minute. Not too long, but it was a minute. I was in there for 5 years. I was on 11 Bang Bang. So I was a infantry guy. I like to lick windows and kick down doors, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know too much about like the MOSs. Is that what they call it in there?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So I was light infantry. So I was just a foot soldier pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cuz I just got out in June, man. Like super recently.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, you're like fresh out, man.
Yeah, big time.
Jeez. How
Yeah.
is it, dude?
It's weird, man. Waking up and not having somewhere to be, or, something to do, or stand in duty or something. So,
Yeah.
still
Dude,
still adjusting.
my first day, I put down like a whole pizza by myself, and I was just like, I can do this
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, nobody's gonna tell you got to lose weight in a couple months.
Yo, exactly.
Yeah,
Except my wife, she'll do that. She'll hit me with that.
yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
so you, so what did you call it? Bang bang something?
Oh,
What is?
11 Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 11 Bravo, but like everyone calls it 11 Bang Bang for some reason. I don't know, man. It's just something that's stuck for some reason.
Yeah, I do get a lot of people asking about the military.
Mhm.
So if you want to like explain exactly what you did, that'd be cool. I'm interested too.
Yeah, yeah. I went on 2 tours. OEF, OIF, CAF and BAF in Afghanistan. Um, just a bunch of patrols, man. Nothing super crazy. Um, just touring around, The craziest thing that happened was we were there during Ramadan, which is their like they don't eat or drink anything. So, having to
Everybody's
like comply to that was awkward. You're out there in like 102-degree heat and they're like staring at you and you're just like, I want water so bad, man.
Oh, so you couldn't
Yeah,
like
you
drink
can't
or
you
eat
can't
in
do
front
it
of
in front
them?
of them.
Wow, I
Cannot do it
didn't
in
know
front of
that.
them. Hmm?
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. And you don't want to piss off those people that are all hangry during that time, right? Because they're all
Oh yeah.
fasting.
Oh yeah, they're super angry, dude. They're just staring at you like
Yeah. Waiting for you to pull out a candy bar.
oh yeah.
Oh. Dude, that's crazy, man. What was the reason you got out? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I got out on a medical retirement for loss of a major organ.
Okay. What
You
what
ready for
organ's
this
that?
one? You ready for this one? My is this PG or is
No, you're good, dude.
my left nut?
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So
That's
yeah.
that's different.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. So yeah, can't run right, anything like that because I basically like for lack of better terms, I like ripped it open.
Oof.
So yeah, so like I can't like run right and stuff. So they were like, yeah, you can't do your duty, so we're gonna retire you. So I was like, okay, you know.
You can't run right because of that?
Yeah, so it ripped far and like up into like my groin area.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
it messed
Damn.
me up, dude. Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah, it was a fun time, man. Fun time.
Do you mind me asking how it happened?
I So in this is gonna sound like the dumbest thing ever, right? But so we were in a Connex, right?
Yeah.
Which is like the back of an 18-wheeler, and I was stationed up in Colorado, and everything was frozen over, and like all the privates were walking around, and no one was getting on top of this thing. So I was like, you know what? I will, whatever. Like I'll show them an example, and I jumped off the side of the Connex, slipped, caught my, on the on one of the poles, and just ripped.
Dude,
And oh, dude, it was a way to go out of the military, man.
that's man, that sucks.
Oh yeah,
But
it was a fun time, fun time.
how long did it take you, like from the time that it happened to actually getting discharged? I know that could be a really slow process.
Oh, dude, so I got taken care of first. I think that was like a month-long process, and then after that, dude, it was like probably like 5 to 6 months of just like bringing all my stuff in, trying to decide if I can still stay in, and the whole time I'm like, I do really want to be here. Like I don't want to just get out. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, you can't do your job, and they put me through like stress tests and stuff, and it was literally like a 6-month ordeal.
Yeah. My father got medically discharged from the Coast Guard. I was also in the
Hmm.
Coast Guard. He was in a motorcycle accident back in '06, I want to say.
Okay.
And he started talking to my mom, like he's my stepdad.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he started talking to my mom about it and everything, and then they kind of met up and clicked and everything. And it was like a year, I want to say close to a year process before they actually like let him out because they just kept reevaluating him, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah, I could see how that's kind of I could see how that could be pretty hectic.
It
You
is
know,
stressful, man.
just one
'Cause you're
out.
like, I mean, it wasn't even that. Like, so for the first like 3 months, I was like, dude, I really want to stay in.
Oh,
And then
okay.
when they hit me with that final, like, you can't,
Yeah,
like, there's no way. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do after. And dude, oh, it was the most like
yeah.
stressful time. So
Hmm.
like the only thing I really had backing me was like the medical or the VA pay for being injured and stuff. But dude, like it was stressful trying to find a job right when I got out.
Yeah. What percentage do you get for something like that? Loss of an organ? Like
Oh, I'm 100.
100? Okay.
Yeah, I had other stuff like back, ankle, stuff like that, but for that one pushed me like way above what I needed.
Well, good. Glad to hear that. I'm glad they didn't like try to skimp you out on that or
Yeah,
anything.
no, they surprisingly enough, they didn't skimp, they didn't mess with me, nothing. They were every like male doctor I went to was just like, "Ooh, yeah, here you go."
Yeah. Uh, so let me see. I I was where were you stationed at? I guess is what I was gonna ask.
Fort Carson, Colorado.
Colorado. Okay. But
Mhm.
where do you live now? Because you said you're in Central
Texas.
Texas. Okay. Yeah, my
Yeah.
sister just moved to Texas. What part?
Houston?
Houston. Oh, right on.
Or like the Houston area, yeah.
I've only been to the airport there. I've never actually
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. That's
seen
like
it.
everyone, man.
Yeah. Uh, how's the hurricane season going?
I haven't been affected by it at all, really.
No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, a lot of my viewers have been saying their power's out and stuff. They're like, "Sorry, I can't watch."
Dude,
I'm like,
same.
"Damn, all kinds of storms everywhere."
Same, dude, all the time. I hope everyone's okay,
Yeah,
doing fine. Especially the people that can't come in and like let us know that, they're okay, but their power's out.
yeah.
So,
I'm racing right now because it's a fire season over here in California. So
oh,
there's a
you're a part-time firefighter, right? Is that
no.
or
I'm full time
no?
with this stuff.
Full-time. Okay. Oh, with
Yeah,
streaming? Okay,
like well,
cool.
streaming. I like to call myself a content creator because
I
streaming
got
is
you. I
just
got
kind of
you.
like the payoff. That's where I get to
Yeah.
interact like real time. Um, but yeah, dude, there's a big one right now. I think it's like the Lake Fire or something. Not too
Hmm.
far from here. It's like on the other side of this mountain here. But me and my girlfriend are watching it. And we're like, huh? Well, we hope another one doesn't pop up close. Uh,
Wow.
yeah. So we'll see. We're pretty much prepared to, get if we get an alert in the middle of the night, it's gonna have to evacuate. Get ready to pack
Grab
up
the
and get out of
PC.
here. Grab my
Grab the
PC.
PC.
Yep. Yeah,
Grab the
exactly.
keyboard, mouse, mic, headphones, PC. That's it. You're good. Oh, and a monitor.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Oh, so you play on PlayStation,
No,
Xbox?
PC.
Okay, so you are PC. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. One of the guys that I talked to, I think it was Chunky. Actually, I was surprised. I thought he played on PC, and he was like, "No, I play on PlayStation, I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
Dang.
But how long ago did you start the TikTok then?
So I want to say, so I started my TikTok for one reason, and it was because we were attempting the world record stream for the longest stream ever,
Hmm.
and like our longest concurrent stream. So I started that, and I had like 200 something followers after it, and like I want to say that was June the 6th is when we did that.
Okay.
So that's when everything like started.
Okay. And how many followers do you have right now?
30, let me see.
Okay.
38.4 thousand.
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty quick. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's been an insane ride, man.
Yeah. Did you apply for the creator fund yet?
I did.
Yeah. Did you get accepted?
I did.
Nice, dude. So did I,
It's
man.
insane, man.
I'm
I'm
curious to
I'm
see
just
what it
like
is.
I'm like this is a thing? Like
I know.
when do we find out like what it
Um.
entails?
So it told what I saw in there after the whole like you've been accepted thing.
Mhm.
It says that they update your balance based off of how many views you get within
Yeah,
3 days, I think, is what it
okay.
said. So they give you like 3 days, and then I don't know if that means that once the 3 days is gone, like that video is not eligible for earnings anymore, or what. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm curious
Yeah,
to see what's going on with it.
dude, they haven't explained any. I wonder if
Uh,
it's anywhere around like YouTube Pay at all. It's gonna be nice, you know.
yeah, uh,
Definitely a good cushion.
yeah, I'm sure they'll do it probably based off of like however many thousand views you get. Like every thousand will
Yeah,
be worth something. So that'll be interesting, man. I'm excited to see
I'm
what that
same.
is. That's cool. So how's COVID over in Texas?
It's
I haven't been paying
pretty rough,
attention
man.
too much to the
It-
news, but
so Texas is like that one state that's like no,
right.
you know. So we're dealing with all of that plus, you know, having to wear a mask and people not wanting to and going to the store without masks and then causing problems and like dude there's so much stuff going on right now here.
Yeah. Let's see. So what were you doing for work before this? Like how was that affected? Were you doing
So
anything or
my wife decided she wanted to move, and so I sold insurance before, like when I got out of the army. I was one of those dudes, you know, that like
okay.
knocks on your door and I'm like, do you want to die, like it's like. So yeah, I was one of those dudes and I hated it, man. And then my wife was like, I want to move, so we moved here. And I started working at a furniture place and just as like a manager. And then a month later, they was like, "Hey, man, we got to shut down for COVID." So I was like, "Okay." And then started up streaming, and dude, it's taken off.
Yeah. Well, so you don't plan on going back then? Or do you not
No,
know yet? No? Okay.
absolutely not. Yeah, I'm putting everything I have into this.
That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. That's
Mm.
being able to do that in the first place is a big deal. There's a lot of people
Oh,
it's like, "Oh,
dude.
work's starting. I can't invest that much time anymore." My
Oh
co-host,
yeah.
I don't think he's my co-host anymore. He's got work in school now. Probably ain't gonna.
Really?
Yeah, he told me that I don't want to get too personal or anything, but he basically told
Yeah,
me
yeah, I
that
got
the
you.
stress from everything, like I guess he has anxiety or something, so it was just like
Mhm.
he still wants to be like a guest every once in a while or something, but as far as being a co-host, I don't think he's gonna do it anymore. But
Oh, dude, I completely understand the stress behind. Like people don't understand
yeah,
the stress that's behind this. You know.
yeah, dude, and there's a lot going on too, so
Mhm.
I totally get it. Um, is he? I'm 24. How old are you?
Okay, I'm 25.
25. Okay, so we're like the same
Mm.
age. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 21, so I can see how he's still kind of just figuring out who he is a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I still don't even know who I am, man. So
So you grew up in the same like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2 era that I. Yeah,
yeah,
okay, I see you.
yeah. I think the first
Watching
Call of
like
Duty I
phase
played.
clips.
Yeah, I think the first Call of Duty I played was the third one, and then the fourth one had just come out, and because the third one was obviously cheaper because it had, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was a little older, and then so finally I think I convinced my dad or something to let me play the Call of Duty 4, and I've just been hooked ever since. So
Oh, dude, mine was. My parents were rough, man. My first Call of Duty was Modern Warfare 2,
dude, I had
and
I had a party when that one came out, man.
Yeah, dude, like my parents were rough, man. Like my dad was a pastor back in the day, so they were like, you can only play E-rated games and that's it.
Yeah.
And so, dude, it was so hard to and I finally convinced them to let me get Call of Duty. And dude, I just absolutely fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know how old I was when the fourth one came out.
I think I had to be like 12 or 13, something maybe. I don't.
I just know that because I know it's kind of some people. I don't know. My girlfriend has a kid from a previous marriage,
Mhm.
so if we decide to get married, then I sometimes I wonder. I'm like, all right, so I was playing rated M games around that age. It's like
Dude, I'm doing
now
the
from like
same
a
thing.
parent perspective. I mean, it's like I don't know. I
Mhm.
don't know how to go about that. I know my parents were kind of like, as long as your grades are good, you're not getting into trouble.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with it. But
I'm going through I have two kids right now and one on the way. And so I'm like, what do I do when my kid's like, hey, dad, I really want to stay home and play video games today? And I'm like, no.
especially if you're doing it for a living, you know,
Yeah. Oh,
how
how
is
am I
that?
supposed to tell my
Yeah,
kid? Yeah.
isn't that weird?
He's like, but dad, you're playing video games. And I'm like, well, it's different.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that's weird. I haven't been thinking about it too much, but it just came across my mind.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it was
dude.
because somebody commented because somebody asked because they heard him in the background in the video, so I showed him for a
Mhm.
second and he said hi or something. He's only 3, so I don't want to show him too much or anything. But
Yeah,
right away
yeah.
the comments are like, "Oh, like get him to play Warzone and stuff like that." I'm like, "What the hell? He's 3."
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Like
Uh,
my daughter's gonna break my mouse if I try and get her to play
uh,
Warzone. She's just gonna slam it on the desk.
how old are your kids?
So I have a 3-year-old and I have a 1-year-old about to be 2, and then I
Okay,
have one on the way because I'm
yeah, dude,
stupid.
just a 1 3-year old. I'm like, damn man, so much
Yeah.
energy that kid has. And then
Oh my
being
god.
cooped up because of COVID, man, crazy. We finally just we enrolled him in like a little preschool thing. We're like,
Mm.
he's got to go do something. He's starting to like cause trouble getting into stuff. It's like, he needs something to do, man.
Dude, we're we're going through the same thing. We're like, yo, there's a school that takes them in at 3 years old. I wonder if if they'll
Yeah,
take her.
yeah, no, and he loves it. I asked him like, how was school, and he's like, oh, it was great. I was like, did you play with your friends? He's like, yeah, friends, and I'm like, oh, cool. He's at least he's enjoying it. I was worried he
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
like it, but oh, looks like I think it's good for him. Hopefully, nobody's kid decides to get him sick or something. But
Yeah, dude, I'm super nervous about that too. Like right now,
yeah,
during all this, I'm just like, yeah.
yeah, my girlfriend just started school, so it was like, got to do something, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think he's doing good. So we'll see.
It's good, man.
Yeah. What kind of hobbies you do, man? What are you into besides like gaming and stuff?
I ride sports bikes. That's the probably the biggest one. Work on them, build them, ride them, and then just streaming, man. That's my life. And then my kids.
Huh,
Those are
okay,
really my three things that I do. That's
nice.
it.
I'm into like working out a lot, jujitsu. So
Mm-hmm.
all that being closed, I'm just like, man, I need something to like. It's almost like what I was using to help with like get rid of stress before.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it, so it's just kind of it's stressful times, man. It's rough.
Oh yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I don't even know if the jujitsu gym that I go to is still gonna be there because it sounds like over here in California, this shit ain't stopping until like 2021. They're not gonna open anything back up, I don't think.
hmm That's the way it's looking like over here. And like stores will open and then they'll close back down again.
Yeah, the gym
So
opened for like a week, and I was like, oh, I missed it so much, and they closed it again.
no lie, I haven't walked into a gym since I've been out of the military. I've just I mean, I'm still in like decent shape. Like I'm not
Yeah,
tubby or anything, but I'm
that's what's important, man. As long as you don't
oh,
let yourself get super out of shape or something, that's what
oh
matters,
yeah.
man. That
I mean,
that shit'll.
I might be a little fluffy, but I'm not huge.
That's
But I'm
good.
a big dude, so I can hide it.
What is that behind you? Is that like comics or something? Anime?
Yeah, so my backdrop for my stream is all my like favorite moments from all the different like animes and stuff I've watched. I'm a weeb, so
Okay.
my wife actually did it for me. Really, really cool idea. It's
Yeah, that looks
cost like
good, man.
$40.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Is
I
it,
really like it. And
yeah,
I'm a PS4 that isn't even plugged in, but
that's.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you too, because I didn't know if you played on console or not. How do you feel about the whole PS5, Xbox Series X war going on?
So for me personally, since I have a PC, I'm probably gonna end up getting a PS5 for the exclusives because I have no reason to get an Xbox. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I
the
honestly,
exclusives come out.
I honestly do feel the same way, and I've had an Xbox the whole time. So,
Yep.
uh, I don't know. I had the Xbox One X, and that was a pretty badass console. So I don't know why they
Mhm.
didn't come out with that to begin with. If they had come out with the Xbox One X instead of like that giant VCR looking one, I think they would have.
It's
I think
like
they would have done a lot
it's
better,
like
dude.
this big, dude.
Yeah, but it was ugly, man. I think they would have
Oh
done a
yeah.
lot better if they had come up with that X, because they had talked about it. When the Xbox One X, or when the Xbox One came out, they were
Mhm.
talking about the Xbox One X, like Project Anaconda or whatever, right from the beginning. So I was like, why didn't they just?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how it all works. They probably just came up with the idea a little too late or something, and then
Have you seen my PC?
no, I haven't.
So it's like the same size as a Series X,
Oh,
like the new one
really?
that's about to come out. Yeah, so it's like this.
Oh, dude, that's cool. That's cool. I haven't seen one like that before.
Yeah, that's my little that's my like gaming PC, and then I have my streaming one that's over there.
Okay, so you. Oh, nice. Yeah, I want to build a streaming PC. I just upgraded my
Mhm.
CPU, so I have a CPU throw in one now, but
Huh?
I haven't gotten my unemployment check yet. Still waiting on that. It took forever to get my DD-214 out, man, because of COVID. It took like
Oh, dude, you
month
had to
and a
wait
half.
for yours?
Yeah, the Coast Guard doesn't. They don't give it to you on the way out. They like mail it to you.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that
think it's
sucks.
because Coast Guard's Homeland Security, so it has to go
Yeah,
through
yeah.
Homeland Security, then DoD, and then it goes to you.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Yeah. But
Yeah, when
finally
you're
got
getting out of the
that.
army, they just hand it to you.
Yeah, it's my brother-in-law is a he just got out of the Marines, and he told me, he's like, yeah, I got mine like the day that I was done. I was like, I
Mhm.
wish.
They're just like, here's one, here's another, don't lose them.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, okay.
it just makes me wonder, man. I'm like, if I wasn't a little bit responsible with my money and had some money saved up, I would have been kind of sketchy, you know.
Oh, dude, yeah, same.
So thankful that I did that. Um, what's I gonna say? Sorry, I'm so used to having ankle here, and he's
Yo, you're
not.
good, man. What kind of CPU did you upgrade to?
I got a 3900X.
Oh, you got what I wanted, dude.
That's a
No,
monster, dude.
I know. Oh, so this case that I got, right? It's an ITX case.
Yeah,
So it's smaller, and the only motherboard that could support a 3900X that would fit is out of stock until like June of next year.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have to go Intel then. I got an i9 9900K, and I've like every time I hear someone that's like, "Oh, I have the 3900X and it's great," I'm just like, you know what? Like,
Dude, how much was your CPU?
more than yours, and yours is better,
I
and
got
it's
mine for
stupid.
430, I think. I think it
Yeah, I
was
paid.
460 with tax.
Yeah, dude, I paid 490 for mine, so like it costs
Mhm.
more, and it performs less.
And I get that. The Wraith Prism is questionable. Some people say it's not powerful enough to keep it cool, but I haven't had any issues. That thing's pretty, man.
I just
Pretty
have
cooler.
I have whatever AIO came in this case because it's like a it's the NZXT H1, and it has like a cooler power supply and a riser that comes with it.
Okay.
So I just use that, man. It's been perfect.
Yeah. Have you haven't made a TikTok like, oh, got the Series X early or something? That would be funny, man.
No, I thought about it,
You
and dude,
should.
whenever I post one and there's like a like if you see it in the camera, everyone's like, "Is that a Series X?"
You should
I'm
start telling
like,
people it is.
yeah, just be like, "Yeah, man."
Just turn it into a running joke.
So my dad is Bill Gates, so he'll ban you.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, don't tell anybody though. Don't tell anybody.
That's funny. So what else? Like, sorry. What have you? Oh, my camera went out of focus. Hang on. I'd have to turn it off and on. So what I was gonna ask is, do you and the wife watch any like TV movies, anything like that during your free time?
Oh yeah, dude.
Besides anime, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pretty much watch like once I get off stream or something, because I stream at night. So
Yeah.
like often we'll like watch a movie or something. So like shameless,
Okay.
random movies that hold on. Someone knocked on my door.
Okay.
Give me just 1 second.
There you go.
Boom.
What was that?
Sorry. Amazon stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, stuff for the new kid, you know.
Yeah, so I moved to LA out of the I
Mhm.
was stationed in San Francisco, and so I decided after doing deployments in LA, they closed the air station. I was in aviation.
Mhm.
So they closed the air station in LA, and so we started doing deployments there to make up for there not being an air station there anymore. And I fell in love with the area, so I decided to move here, and I met some people that work in the film and TV industry, and it was looking like I was gonna have a gig lined up when I got out, and then everything shut down. So I just
Mhm.
started doing this, and I don't know when everything starts back up. Might be telling them no. So we'll see.
That's where I'm at, man. I'm like, I put so much time and effort into it, and
Yeah,
I'm starting to see like a return and people, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when that job comes back and they're like, hey, we're starting up again. I'm just like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's a weird situation, you know,
It really is.
because yeah, I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching stuff about creators and streamers, kind of like that rise and kind of like fall off of where they're at,
Mhm.
and it's just you got to look at it and be like, man, this is not, can't call it a consistent income, so that's why it's kind of a weird thing. I try to
Oh
stay
yeah.
positive about it, obviously, but you got to be smart too. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm treating this full time right now. You know, I tell people I'm doing it full time. I want to keep it that way. So
Same.
I love
I
it,
wake
man.
up in the morning and I sit down at my computer and I'm here like editing videos, doing random stuff, like going to other streamers and talking to them, and I'm doing all kinds of stuff, dude. So I would say I'm pretty much full time as
Yeah.
well.
Do you have a YouTube?
I do. I've only posted 2 videos.
Okay, is it Qorpy? I forgot to ask you.
I
The
think it's Qorpy Games.
Okay. Well, if anybody's looking at this, you can see it. Qorpy Games. Um, so yeah, you only post a couple videos. I just started posting on there.
Mhm.
I've been posting podcast highlights. I'm trying to edit some game highlights. It is so time consuming, man. I
Oh,
sorely
dude,
underestimated how time consuming that
have you
is.
tried to do subtitles yet?
No, I'm like
Oh,
just trying to get content out. I'm not even worried
dude.
about making it look fancy right now.
So
Like,
my latest TikTok is 14 seconds long, but I have subtitles. It literally took me like an hour and 20 minutes.
oh, so you're talking about a TikTok?
No, 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 for like YouTube.
Oh, okay, okay, I got you.
But
Never mind.
but yeah, like time wise,
Yeah.
my latest TikTok was 13 seconds long, and it took me an hour and 20 minutes to edit and put subtitles in.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's that, and I can make a TikTok in normally like, you know, 10 minutes with like downloading and everything. So like it takes a while,
Yeah.
man.
How do you go about? I've watched some of your videos. Most of them I've just seen in my For You, to be honest. Um,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, no, it's a good thing, man. You're doing something right.
Hey,
So I haven't really. I've went to your page and looked at like some of the top, like the most recent ones. But
mhm.
what kind of videos do you do? Do you stick to a certain kind of like formula, or is it kind of just all over the place?
I'm kind of, I would say I'm like, so I tried doing like gameplay highlights and it just wasn't working,
Yeah,
you know? Like I got to the point where I realized like people just don't care. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you can hit like the craziest snipe and they'll be like, "Oh, that's cool, but I can do it too," you know?
yeah. I
So
know.
like, yeah.
I didn't give up on them. I did find out that
Mhm.
it seems like they do better at night. To be honest, I kind of post them all over the place. Nighttime seems like the best for
Mhm.
game highlights. Because I haven't really I cracked a few over 10K, and to me I was
Mhm.
like, okay, cool, 10K. But then I posted one at night the other night and it hit 30 something K. So I was like, okay, so there's one.
Dude,
But it's
I
hard,
don't
man.
think I have I don't think I have one gameplay one over 10K. No, I do have one gameplay one where I forgot to pull my shoot in Warzone, and of course that one goes over 10K, and everyone's laughing at it. But
Yeah,
as like gameplay wise, man, I've given up on that and kind of went more like classes and places to be and situations and stuff like that, and like
Mhm.
leaks and random things.
Yeah, I've had a few people say that they can't catch the stream as often as they'd like. So like, please post some highlights every once in a while. I'm like, all right, absolutely, I will. So that's why I've kind of stuck to it. I just don't post them as often anymore.
Dude, I haven't even thought about that.
What do you mean?
Like posting like stream highlights on there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't just post like the game, like it's a funny moment or
Hmm.
something. The one that did well, I posted. There was some guy I was playing, like he joined my squad, one of the viewers, to
Hmm.
play Rainbow Six, and he was just, I don't know if he was trying to get attention or what, but he was being like over the top, like screaming every time he died and stuff. And then it was like the final round of this match, and it's just, I think it was just me and him alive, and
Hmm.
I like watch him die and then kill a dude, and the whole time he's just screaming, and I'm still trying to clear like corners and stuff, man. It was driving me crazy. I finally was just like, Jesus Christ, man, shut up, like. But that
Dude,
one
I've
did
been
well,
there.
so
Dude, I've had so many like different like. So one of my big things is, and when I try to explain to people is like, I'm in this like weird limbo right now where like I try and tell people all the time that like I'm just a person. Like of course
yeah,
I'll play with you, but like it's getting to the point where it's hard. Like when I
yeah,
have 40 people at the same time that are like, hey man, play with me, and I'm like, oh, it's like
I
I
totally
gotta get
get
a
you, man.
queue. Like it's
Yeah,
rough.
there's a. Have you don't have a queue yet?
Oh no, I do.
Oh,
I
you
I
do
have a
now.
mod, and dude, she's ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's a little like Twitch. I think it's like a Twitch integrated panel thing. That's been the
Mhm.
easiest one I found. I just, some games do definitely do better than others, so I only use it for the ones that like a bunch of people want to play.
Yeah.
I don't have. Do you mainly play Call of Duty, or do you play anything else?
Uh, I play like Call of Duty, and then I mean like Fall Guys recently, and then like random other single play. Oh, dude, Fall Guys. I am not an angry person, man.
Dude,
I
I
am
know,
not.
right? I've got some. Those are some of my first rage clips, man.
Yeah, exactly, dude. My whole chat's like, I've never seen Corpy act like this
Yeah.
before. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Because a lot of stuff that happens to you in that game is not your fault, man. It's just somebody else getting wrecked by something and knocking you over, or
Dude,
at the last second.
dude, the one where you have to break through the walls. I have never made it past that one.
Really?
I cannot. I don't. Every time I do it, I get on a pile of people, and it just throws me to the back, and I
Yeah.
can't
There's
do
been
anything
times
about it.
where you get trampled and there's just, you're like, all right, it's over. Everybody's already
Yeah. Oh
passed
yeah.
like four more walls, and you're in the back now because you try to get up and you guys just get stepped on by the next person
Oh
jumping
yeah.
through.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's rough. I got my girlfriend to play it. I don't. I forgot to ask her if she wanted to play it again on stream, but I think she had some fun. I was playing with viewers though. I think I need to do one where it's just me and her. So that would be
Mhm.
more. Is that's the only problem with that game? Is that if you're playing with a party and then you screw up and lose in the first round, but then your friends make it to like the last one, you're just sitting there,
Yeah,
like
you're just sitting there like,
awkwardly
God, I
waiting.
suck.
Yeah, like
Your
damn it, I
chat's
need to get
like,
better.
God, you suck.
Yeah, I'm like, let me try to do something entertaining. Uh, Now, luckily, I mean the numbers are, they're getting there. So now I'm starting to actually, there's like, I got to catch up with the chat now. So that definitely helps. Like I look at
Okay.
the big streamers and I'm like, man, there's, for them it's like there's never any downtime. So it's, I can
Mhm.
see how like once you get to a certain size, it just won't be an issue anymore. I don't think. But um, yeah, no, that game is, it's addicting, even though it's kind of repetitive. But I'm
Yeah,
curious to see what they do with it.
same. Like different game modes, different maps, different
Yeah.
like random things. Like I feel like he could be really, 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 really good. Just in time. Right now, I'm right. The game sucks right now. Okay, no, I love it, dude, but I hate it at the same time.
I haven't gotten any wins yet, so
For
hopefully,
real,
yeah, I haven't gotten any wins yet.
the only win I've gotten was off stream, and I was playing,
Oh,
dude. I was playing with a friend, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna win! Oh
yeah,
my god, I'm gonna win!"
yeah. You know what? I actually thought about. I think my girlfriend was the one who mentioned it. She was like, maybe we should play off stream but record it, so it's just me and her, and we don't have to worry about the stream. But then we can get, those would be good YouTube videos. I think so. I might
Yeah,
might do
yeah,
that
definitely.
because it's hard with her because of school. She can only really play on
Mhm.
Saturdays, but then on Saturdays, little man doesn't have any school, so it's a balance. But
Okay, okay.
you got You got any other games that you're kind of anticipating that are gonna come out? I'm waiting for
Um,
Cyberpunk.
same. I was just about to say
Right
Cyberpunk,
on,
dude.
dude.
Like, I'm excited for it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like nervous. You know, like it better be good, man.
I I trust CD Projekt Red. I
Same.
honestly haven't played. I played like it's gonna sound messed up. I've only played a little bit of Witcher. I
Mhm,
have not even really grasped what that game is, but
mhm.
I can tell right off the bat that they really care about what the fans say and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Oh
I
yeah,
think it'll be
dude.
good no matter what. I think that's why they keep delaying it because they want to
Mhm.
make sure that even though COVID is doing this, it's not going to impact the game. But yeah, what is this? It's supposed to come out in November now, right?
I originally it was supposed to be like September, and I don't even know
I
the
think
the
it's
new date
November.
now.
Not counting on it. I mean, they're still saying the new Call of Duty is gonna. I think they're just listing the date as December 31st right now. So we'll see, man.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. Apparently, it's supposed to be the end of this season.
What?
Yeah, you haven't heard that?
No, I haven't. Like they're
Yeah,
supposed
how
to
it?
just. Well, I heard that Warzone possibly could just like they're gonna add a new map and like somehow I don't know. There's all kinds of
I,
rumors, man. Nobody knows what's
oh
going
yeah,
on because
there's.
they haven't revealed anything. You know.
Weren't they supposed to? And then it was just like a picture, and
I
then
don't know.
there was.
There's a bunker or something you can check out right now. Like the code is the same. I just haven't done it yet. That game, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie, man. Warzone is pissing me off. That game is so buggy right now. I can't do it.
there's all kinds of like the FAMAS now. They
Yeah,
fixed
I
it, and
just
then
found
now
out
it's.
about that. I don't. I just heard there's like a shotgun or something that's one tapping people.
So my wife shaved her head, right? And she did the whole like it's freeing thing, you know. And now we got her a wigs because the whole it's freeing thing is she's like I feel stupid now and I
It's
don't
regret.
like it. Yeah, so she just walked around the corner in a wig and just looked at me. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, when I started dating my girlfriend, her hair was kind of short, and she was
Mhm.
like, I'm never cutting it this short again." And then like 3 or 4 months have come by, and she's like, "Maybe I'll cut my hair again." I was like, "You told me to tell you to not
Yeah.
let you do that again, to talk you out of it." And so,
Exactly, dude. It's so hard to talk them out of it too because they're so like set and they're
yeah,
like, I want. They're just like I just don't want to deal with it anymore. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like yes, you do.
My girlfriend is actually going to school for hair and makeup. She wants to do it for
Mhm.
like red carpet events and stuff. And so she's just all around that stuff all day. I think that's why she's getting ideas. But she decided to dye her hair pink, and I guess she didn't dilute it enough, so it's like pink, pink, like hot
Oh,
pink.
oh.
But
One of my other streamer friends, we started kind of around the same time, and he had a thing in his chat that said dye my hair whatever color, and it was like 100,000 points, and someone saved up enough for it, so he has highlighter pink hair right now, dude. And yep,
yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
I
Not until this is definitely a full time job. Cause
yeah,
yeah,
then I'll go with maybe. And
but I don't.
they're like dye your hair pink or dye your beard pink. I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like, no.
I mean, I am in California, so I don't think I would get judged too much. But
Here it would. I would go to the store and I would just
yeah.
get looked at.
I've been asked a lot too. People are like, "Hey, how many likes on TikTok for you to dye your hair?" And I'm like, "Who do you think I am, Ninja? I ain't dyeing my hair, man."
Dude, the how many likes on TikTok thing, man. Like, once a stream and like once a video, I'll get it. Like, hey, how many likes for you to play with me? And I'm like, dude, just get on. Like, I'll play
That's
with like.
I get that one a lot. Like, and then I like almost like they don't understand that. I don't know if it's because other streamers that they watch are so big that they're like, "Oh, like the only way you can play with me is if you donate or something," which I think is messed
Yeah,
up. I don't ever want to be like that.
same.
Um, but that yeah, they'll be like, "How many likes to play with you?" And I'm like, "Dude, just stick around, hang out. As long as
Yeah,
you're still here, next time I have an open game, I'll try to get you in. You know,
yeah. Oh yeah.
you don't have to do that." But I've recently been getting the how many likes to buy me a PC, and so then I have to I have to be like, "All right, man, how do I explain this to you?" Because I don't.
Yeah, like, look, I don't make as much as you
Yeah.
think I do.
Well, no, it's
Like,
not
I
even that.
can't.
It's just like a few times I just told myself I haven't got my unemployment check. I got to make what I got right now last. Like I can't even
Yeah.
buy
Oh yeah.
myself a new. I want a streaming PC.
Mhm.
I can't buy one right now, even though I want to, because I got to be careful. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I still I gotta. I gotta get back in contact with the VA guy now that I think about it. Because he was like, when you get your DD-214, because I literally just got it. He was like, you gotta email me because I gotta start I gotta get evaluated and everything. See what
Oh
disability
yeah,
rating I get. I don't even know yet.
yeah,
I got
dude,
like
that takes a
tinnitus and all
minute,
kinds of
man.
stuff, so definitely get
Yeah, dude,
something.
that takes forever. Like, luckily you go to like doctors that aren't like VA doctors though, so you don't have to go through all that. But
I didn't know
it,
that.
it yeah, it takes a minute, man. Like they send you to like a clinic that's not like VA, but they kind of work through the VA. Like it's a normal clinic, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's definitely nice.
I don't. They basically told me they're like, since you're aviation, we're already setting you up to go see like a hearing specialist because that's like the number one thing for aviation.
Mhm.
'Cause I had these like molded. They had some company come and mold our ears for like these special earplugs, and I swear the
Mhm.
one on the left must have not been molded right because my left is just fucked, man.
Dude, my here, I have like, I think my left or right, someone's at my door again. Dude, I am popular.
Yeah, man.
It might be packages, but
You're
they
good.
can
I'll just stop the
they can
recording. It's
wait.
not a big deal.
All right, here I'll go.
There we go. We're going again. So I have gotten a couple of people contacting about some sponsorships and stuff, but it hasn't really been
Mhm.
anything that I feel like I should support. You know, like there was one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name names or anything, but
Mhm.
there was one company. It was basically a service where people can pay to schedule time to play with you offline.
What?
Yeah, dude, I'm 24, but I
Like
called my mom and I was like, okay, is it just me or is this like this feels wrong? Like I would
that's
not. Yeah, and she's like,
that's
no, it's like you're whoring yourself out. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's not just
yeah,
me.
literally, it's
Yeah,
like what? That's a thing?
yeah, I guess so. I guess
Are
there's
you?
companies trying to start that now.
I get.
And they had literally just started. Like their website was brand new and everything. So who knows? I don't know if that's going to become a thing. All I know
I
is
guess
I
if you're
don't
like,
support it.
if you're huge, I don't.
Even then, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm trying to like justify it in my head, but I can't. That's just I don't get it. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe if you're big and you really want to play with like Tim the Tatman, for example,
Even then,
and
I
but
don't see how people.
yeah, I'm just like
Because then it's like, okay,
I
well,
don't.
I don't have the money to play with them. So how is that fair? You know, you're saying I
Yeah,
gotta have money to play
yeah,
with you.
exactly.
Yeah, it's kind
That's
of it's scummy.
that's weird, man. I wonder if they're gonna last.
I don't know. I mean, they were. Yeah, I can't get into it, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just
same.
yeah,
I
it'll be
understand.
interesting. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on them. So, and then I just got one about like some game server thing, but honestly, man, I don't know anything about that stuff, and
Mhm.
I'm trying to do so much right now. It's like I really don't want to put something else on my plate that I have to figure out how to do. But
Oh yeah, I've just gotten a bunch of like drink companies and like energy drink supplement stuff, all that. That's what I've mainly gotten.
oh, sponsorship wise,
Hmm.
did they reach out to you or did you reach out to them? Just out of
Oh, they
curiosity.
reached out to me.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing the G Fuel thing and they sent me a bunch of G Fuel, but told me that they're not doing sponsorships right now. So it was like, here you go, here's this. I don't know if it's like for now or what, but
Mhm.
I ordered 200 packets of G Fuel. They sent me 600. So I was like, okay, I'll start doing
Jesus,
yeah.
man.
So I'll start doing that, but there hasn't really been any other gaming stuff. I almost wonder if me doing the G Fuel stuff kind of turns the other ones away. They think I'm sponsored. So I'm not. So
See, I got one from Sneak. If you've
Sneak,
ever
I've
heard
heard
of
of them.
them,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So that's which, by the way, right? All these supplement companies, they have these tiny little cups, right? That are like
yeah,
this. And I like drinking a lot. So like I'm always like drinking on stream because I
yeah,
like, staying hydrated.
yeah.
Sneak's cup is the biggest one.
Okay.
So
Like, what do you mean biggest? Like, it's
like G Fuel cup, Sneak cup.
so you're saying that it takes more liquid per
Yeah,
scoop?
yeah. I mean, yeah, it
Okay,
does take,
gotcha. Yeah, no,
but you
there's a
get
bunch out
more.
there. There's a bunch of people
Mhm,
who have told me like, hey, you should reach out to this company because they're like G Fuel,
mhm,
but not as big. Like, they're more open to people reaching out. But I don't know. I'm curious to see. People are starting to reach out, so I'm curious to see what
mhm.
happens. And I'm just chilling, man. I've also
But
heard that it's not good to reach out to them, you know.
yeah,
So
I got a question. I got a question for you.
what's up?
What do you what are you gonna do when you get the email about the Raid Shadow Legends thing that everyone gets?
What's that?
You haven't heard the Raid Shadow Legends?
What's that?
Oh, so there's this like app, right? And every like YouTuber has done it at least once where their video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends and they like there it is. Now you know.
Okay, I've seen it.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna do when it comes to that moment.
I don't know, man. I'm all about if you're not about it, just don't do it. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
But
yeah, I'm right there with you. I'll just tell people no, you know.
I mean, if you can, you know what I mean. I could see how if somebody was like really worried about finances and they're like, all right, I
Mhm.
don't know what's gonna happen here with the whole COVID thing, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just hit 10K on Twitch, so it's
Dang.
we'll see what happens. Where are you
I've
at?
been
You're getting up there
I've
too,
been
man.
lurking. I've been
You
lurking on
have?
you. I've been yeah.
Okay.
That's what I do when you popped up. I was like, wait a second. But yeah, dude, I've been lurking. I've been watching because I saw your I think I saw your like first one. Or not your first one, but it was one of the like very first ones where you were like, I really want to do this. And so I like popped in and like I've been watching and I think I already followed you as well a while
Okay.
ago. So yeah, I think right now I'm at 6.2k.
Nice, dude. And that's since June?
So the beginning of this month I had 300.
Woo! They're good for you, man. That's good.
Yeah.
For me, it's been 3 months since I
Mhm.
kind of doubled down on it. But TikTok was what I
Oh,
started with.
100%.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I've been streaming for 2.5 years, and the first 2 years nobody watched. So I'm one of those guys. I don't know if you're the same way or not.
So I started streaming probably like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I was the same, like no one watched at first. And then I stopped for a while, came back at the beginning of March of this year. And I was like, you know what, I want to do this. And sat down and really like put my mind to it, you know?
Yeah.
And because that was the whole COVID thing, is, you know, I think it was like March 13th or something like that, my job let me go. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. This is what I want. So I sat there and dude, the growth I've seen is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm sure you've lurked. Every time I see somebody comment and say that they're a Twitch streamer too and we should collab and stuff, you always check them out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it.
Or I try to at least.
Yeah, me is. So I really like. I look for. Like if someone comments on like a TikTok and they say they're a streamer as well, like of course I'll go check them out. But like when I get on in the morning, I'll like look through like different games and like the people with like 0 viewers and like 1 viewer, 2 viewer, and if I see someone like that has a camera and you know like a good mic and they're all like set up and they're like
Yeah.
ready, they just haven't gotten that exposure, like I'll sit in there and I'll talk with them and be like, hey man, what are you doing, you know, like what do you think you're doing wrong, can I help you in any way, like if you join my Discord I can help you out, if you talk with me, like we'll see what we can do to get you, you know, up and running. Like
Yeah.
I'm all about helping people, like
Yeah.
that's my whole thing.
Yeah, same here, man. I tell people I'm just trying to spread positivity, if there's any way that we can do that.
Yeah,
I
dude,
actually
100%.
made some YouTube videos, like how to make affiliate, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that's something that I can tell somebody, just check out this video, man. If they're like, hey, how do I grow like you? So there's stuff like that. But there was, I'm not gonna say who, but there was somebody on TikTok who's also a streamer, and like he said he wanted to do a collab, and so I was like, all right, man, I'll check out your stuff, and then he just like started liking like everything right after that. And I was like, what the, I don't know, like liking everybody's comments, liking everybody, like just a lot of liking. I was like,
That'd
that's kind of
probably,
weird.
yeah, I don't know about
Like
like
everybody's comments. So I was just
um,
blowing up my thing with
yeah, probably Like, is he trying to get clout? Like, I don't know, man. That's weird.
Yeah, no, it's definitely he has to know that that's giving me notifications.
Yeah. Do
So
you ever get the So I have this one dude right now. I'm not gonna say his name. He's probably gonna see this, but he commented yesterday, and he's like day 7 of trying to play with Qorpy, and I was like,
that's a thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, like, you realize, like, I look at, yes, I have like, you know, like 100,000 comments across all my videos, but I promise you, I've looked at every single one of
yeah,
them. So like, I promise you, it's not day 7, dog. Like, I
yeah,
haven't missed you that many times.
yeah. I think there was somebody I counted as like, huh, you went straight to day 5, huh? And they didn't say nothing.
Dude, I should do that. I'm gonna go do that right now. Actually, hold on.
That's funny, dude.
Like, dude, it's like, man, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why?
So for the people that are listening, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I don't have anybody else to talk to about these types of situations. Nobody else understands. So
Yeah, no, it's
yeah.
good, man. Yeah.
Um, yeah, we can get off of the whole TikTok stuff. We can move on to something else if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. Have you lost any friends due to blowing up?
No, I can't say that.
No. Oh, dude, I've lost quite a few.
Really?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
like real friends or like streamer friends?
I mean, just like
Both?
just streamer friends. I haven't lost like real friends, but dude, like, dude, I've lost probably like 10 to 15 like streamer friends who are just like, no, you cheated. Like get out of my stream. And I'm like, what? And then they banned me, and I'm like, like what did I do? Like, I don't get it, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So like,
That just must be frustration. Is you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, I get it, dude. Like, I had one dude who talked to me. He's like, dude, I've been streaming for 5 years, and he's like, I'm nowhere near what you got in 2 days. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I can help you the best I know how to. And I'm like, are you posting on other platforms? And he's like, don't tell me how to run my stream. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, all you
Like,
gotta do then is just be like,
yeah,
okay, man, sorry. All right.
yeah. And I'm like, all right, man. Like,
You know what? We'll just stay on it. I've actually had comments where people are like, the only reason why your Twitch is big is because of your girlfriend. And I was like, okay. Or somebody was like, they said something about me never getting big, and I was just like, I said something, and I was like, I can't remember what it was, but basically after that comment, they're like, hey man, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. They're like, honestly, I'm just kind of jealous. And I'm like, all right, man. So then I start talking to him, and it's like, it turns into them like, okay, man, thanks for the help. Like, I'll go check out that video, or, you know.
yeah, oh yeah.
So
dude.
it's interesting the interactions you have.
Do you ever type comments and then like delete them right after, and you're just like, no, I'm.
Yeah,
like,
I have where I'm like, you know what, like this, so I love reading all the comments, but that means you also have to read the ones that just trolls.
Oh yeah,
like people just
yeah.
trying to get a reaction, or they're jealous or something like that. So I definitely do catch myself more and more like, you know what, it's not worth the time. There's too many people who actually are trying to be nice and supportive. Focus on that, you know. It's rough though. People come up with some really messed up stuff to say.
Dude, I have I have people that come in my stream, man, and they'll be like, take off the beanie, like, show the world what you're hiding. And I'm like, dude, like, I have hair,
Yeah.
like, I promise. Like, it's just the way these headphones sit.
Yeah.
Like, I like wearing something over it, you know. And they're like, take the beanie off, show the world what you're hiding. And I'm like, leave me alone, man.
I would just take it off and be like, dude, there you go, take a picture. It'll last longer.
Yeah, dude, I have. I
Yeah.
was just like, here, look, like, hit me with it, like.
I got nothing to hide. I'm just comfortable.
Yeah, and then they left, and I was like, dude, are you serious?
Well,
Like, that's all you wanted?
There's definitely people who lurk, just waiting for a moment to, like, an opportunity to say something. Because I deleted the video right away, but I was broadcasting one time, and somebody asked me after the whole G Fuel thing. They're like, how much is G Fuel? And I was like, dude, it's this much, but I use like coupons. There's Honey, right? You know Honey, the little browser thing.
Yeah.
So I was trying to show that. I made sure I was signed out of G Fuel and everything. But when I clicked add to cart, it took me to the cart, and the Honey relogged me in. So there's my address and everything. And immediately, like, apparently it was there for like a minute before I realized, because I was so focused on the chat. My girlfriend runs in, is like, hey, the address is on there, get it off. And I'm like, all right. I get it off and I'm like, oh, all right, how do I go about this? And right away somebody comments and like, hey, I'm gonna come rape your girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah. And the auto mod caught it because of the language they used. I was
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
it was so hard not to get pissed off.
Oh, dude,
I think what I said was, if you come here, I'm gonna shoot your dick off, and that was about it.
like he really, dude. So people talk a lot of smack behind a keyboard,
Yeah,
and then they see you and they like, so me for example, like I'm 6'4" and 240. So like I'm a big guy, man, and
yeah,
people don't realize that, and then they see me in person and they're like, whoa,
yeah,
you're a lot bigger than I thought you were.
yeah. No, right after that, I called the police department. I was like, hey, just so you know, somebody tries to swap me. It's because I'm a streamer, this and that. And they're like, all right, yeah. If anything, somebody calls something in, this report will get generated, and we'll know exactly what's going on.
I
So,
need to do that as well.
yep,
100%. Yep.
yeah.
I haven't even thought about that, dude, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's the difference between a SWAT team coming and
Yeah.
two officers coming, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and knocking on the door like, "Hey, we know who you are. Just checking things
Mhm.
out. Mind if we look around?" So,
Dude,
yeah,
I had to delete one video where I lost it. I will say, like, I'm a really calm dude. Like, I really am. And like, I'm chill, I'm cool, but I have a point. And so this dude, I hopped in one of my friends' stream, right?
yeah,
And she started getting like view botted and follow botted, right? Which can like potentially get you banned.
yeah,
And so I helped her figure it out. We got it all taken care of. Then I hopped into another one of my friends' stream and it started happening to him. And I was like, huh, okay. And like right there, I'm like, I was like, there's no way someone's following me. And then I like hopped to another friend's stream, it started happening to them too. And I was like, okay, someone's following me. So I started up my stream. Like 30 minutes later, we figured all their stuff out. And like we find the dude's name that's been popping in other people's channels with me. And sure enough, we see this dude pop up in mine. And then he starts like follow botting me, view botting me. And I was like, okay, like cool, I got you. And so I got in a Discord call with him after, and he's like, hey man, I can fix it. He's like, just make me mod. And so I was like, I muted myself and I was like, hey dude, I was like, I don't know how stupid you think I am, but I was like, we know what you're doing. I was like, man, like literally, this is how I said it. I was like, man to man, dude, stop. I was like, you're messing with people's dreams. You're messing with people's money. It's like, please stop. There's no reason for it. I don't know what I did to you. I don't know what anybody else did to you, but please leave us alone. There's no reason for it. Right. And then he went off on me and he said something. And then immediately, so my mod is crazy. Right. And I was
yeah,
like, hey, my mod has your IP. And I was like, we know where you're at. We know it's you that's doing it. I was like, so stop. And he's like, oh, you have my IP. And then I'm I'm muted, and all my chat sees is he said something, and it just blew me over. And like I'm muted, my video's recording, and my chat just sees me like,
so they can see it, but they can't hear it. Like, everybody's probably
yeah,
just sitting
dude,
like, "Oh shit, something's
yeah.
happening."
One of the guys in my chat was like, yo, if I gave you like $500, would you scream at me in a Discord call? And I was like, no, dude, you weirdo.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah,
yeah, dude, like, oh,
yeah.
I don't get people sometimes, man.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. So I've talked to some other streamers that I've had on because I noticed that it's a thing, and I
Mhm.
think more people should talk about it. But how do you handle the whole? I've gotten donations where they're like, "Hey, here's my last of my money, but I'm ending it."
Dude, I stop everything. Like
Okay.
regardless of whether they're, joking or serious,
Yeah.
like I'll stop everything, and like I'll try and mute myself and get them in a Discord call or something so I can talk with
Hmm.
them like one on one. Because that's a very like touchy subject with me. My So this is gonna sound weird, right? I'm married with 2 kids and I have a roommate,
Okay.
right? He's one of my friends from the military, but he tried to kill himself.
Okay.
And I got in a lot of trouble because I was like, I'm not gonna let him be alone. He's gonna come live with me. And my like superiors were like, no, he's not. And I was like, yeah, he is. He's not, he's not gonna do that while I'm his friend. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna leave him alone. So, I brought him in. He's still here today with a smile on his face because of it. And he tells me it like every day. So anytime I hear someone that's like going through stuff like that,
Yeah.
joking or serious, I take it serious.
Yeah.
So
That's good, man.
mm,
I'm still learning how to go about it, man. Because
mm,
I feel like if I don't want to say that I don't take it seriously, but I feel if you take every single one like it's the end of the world, then people start
mm-hmm.
doing it. I noticed like once I started giving it attention, people started doing it more.
Yeah. I mean,
So there's
I
like
get
a
that.
yeah. I'm still trying to figure out because I have. I mean, I was in the military. I saw things happen. I
Yeah, oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah. And I've got friends who have been there. So it's just I don't know. I my first time streaming with another streamer, like we didn't talk to each other. He was another TikToker, so I didn't. Now I like to do the podcast first, and then if we
Mm-hmm.
want to play games, it's like we already know each other. Just
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
got you.
The ice is
Mm-hmm.
broken. So I didn't do that with this guy because that was before the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But literally 5 minutes into playing Call of Duty, and it's like, where are you from? Stuff like that. It's like kind of awkward
Mm-hmm.
still. All of a sudden, he's like, hang on, I gotta stop this and that, and then for literally 15 minutes, because he was so focused on what he was doing with that person, he didn't like mute himself. So now me and my chat are just sitting here listening to him go through the whole spiel, and like everybody started leaving this and that. I didn't know how to like what to do, and like so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was just an awkward situation. Um, so like I've seen both ends. I've seen where people completely stop everything, and then I've seen where people are like, "Hey man, if I don't see you in the chat tomorrow, I'm gonna be really upset. And if you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
need somebody to talk to, here's this phone number."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like, all right, let's get everything. Let's get the vibes going again. Be positive and everything. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
got
trying to
you.
figure out. There's a balance, but I was just
Yeah,
curious. I wanted your 2 cents on it.
yeah, dude, it's a really really weird it's a weird topic, and I get like people definitely feel different
Yeah,
about it. But like from my perspective, I'm like one of those people where like I have to help. You know what I mean? Like that's just who
yeah,
I am.
I
So
feel
I
the
see
same
it and
way.
I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
like what do I need to do?
I, I, you can't, but I feel like you can kind of get a hint whether they're joking or not based off of how they go
Yeah. Oh
about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um. So there's times where it's like I know that they're trolling, and everybody in the chat knows they are, but I still feel like I have to be careful. Like it's hard not to like laugh because I know what they're doing and stuff.
Yeah. I got you.
But yeah, it's just something I didn't think about before I started streaming, having to deal with that
Mhm.
because I could
Dude,
see
I
how if
never
they
thought.
yeah, I could see if they really did do something, and the last thing that people see is you on the internet going, "How man, you're just joking around." Yeah,
That's my thing too. Is
it's
how
bad.
do I know that the one that I
Yeah,
like giggle at is the one that
yeah,
actually happens? When I could have helped, and dude, it fucks with me like every day in my head.
yeah,
So I'm like, ugh,
yeah.
it's a weird topic.
Recently, I've been watching how like bigger streamers handle it, and I think that's kind
Mhm.
of helped me, like what my mindset has kind of turned into. So yeah, man, it's it's just weird. There's all
Mhm.
kinds of stuff like that. Like you said, the people asking for you to buy them stuff and things like that. It's just to go from nobody really knows who I am to all of a sudden now people are. It's hard to adjust.
Yeah. Do imagine doing that in 18 days,
Yeah.
and
Well,
that's my thing.
do you remember the whole Coney 2012 thing?
Yeah.
So to me, that's a perfect example of somebody like blowing up too fast and not being able to handle it mentally.
Hmm.
So it's like it stuff like this. I can see why people just all of a sudden disappear because they just
Hmm.
can't handle it. So
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah,
That's what I'm trying to. So like I started streaming with a group of people, and we all kind of like started together, and we were like I mean we're still good friends, but like I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, dude, this is so stressful, and they're like, how? They're like, you're getting all these views, and I'm like, no, dude, like you don't understand. Like it's not just
yeah,
the views, it's the people that are coming in too. Like it's stressful, man. Like everyone's different opinions and everyone's problems are now like on your shoulder, dude. It's so
yeah.
stressful.
Dude, I mean, I hope I make it to that point where I can hire some people to help me with stuff. And
Hmm.
it just that's right now that is my biggest goal is like if I can make enough to where I can hire an editor or somebody to help me read comments, stuff like that. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just because somebody said I should make like a life as a full time streamer, day in the life of a streamer type of thing. And I think I might because it's just because it's I don't know how you're going about it. I'm definitely like I said, the streaming thing is kind of like the payoff. That's where I get to have fun.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want
of
to say I
course.
don't have fun doing the other stuff, but the other stuff is like legit work. If I don't do it, it piles up. I'm trying to
Mhm.
like do the
Oh
podcast, do all
no,
that stuff.
I don't have fun doing it.
Yeah. Well,
The
editing. I
editing.
have I have kind of gotten to into like a groove with the editing. I feel like if as long as I'm kind of it's the end of the night. I don't have anything else on my mind. It does kind of help me wind down a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, my problem is we're TikTokers, right? TikTok is
Hmm.
designed to distract you.
Yeah.
So I'll get a comment or get all these, I post something, and then so now I'm like checking to see how it's doing. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit, dude, I got to go back and rewatch all this because I'm trying to edit this, and I totally just lost track. I don't know what happened the last like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
so
It's rough, man.
so yeah,
Yo, actually, I have a TikTok that's going viral right now.
oh really?
Yeah.
Viral? Like how viral?
Um, did you see the first one I had that went viral? The one with the military one where I talk about being in the military and I kind of
That
cried.
was the first one I saw.
So yeah, that one had 1.3 million, right?
Yeah.
And that took about, I would say, 2 weeks to hit 1.3, right?
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
it took a minute. This one I posted yesterday, um, and it's at 350,000 views.
Okay. That's good, man.
So like, yeah, like
So
I don't know.
I don't know either. I kind of feel like I said, the whole creator fund thing, they might be moving more towards like a 3 day window. So
Mhm.
like videos, it's like 3 days. The algorithm does what it does, and then after those 3 days, what happens happens. But it's not like I don't think it's going
Yeah,
to be their focus anymore.
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. You know,
Because it
is
definitely feels like the shorter videos are doing well again. Because there was a little
Mhm.
spot where it was like if it was not 13 to 22 seconds, because that's what I look at a lot of the algorithm videos.
Mhm.
And it seemed like if it wasn't in that little time frame, it didn't do well. Like if it was too long or it was too short, it didn't do well. Now it seems like more towards the shorter side of it is doing well. I don't know if that's been the experience for you. The long ones, for some reason, it's hit or miss. Like a long one can be really bad view wise,
Mhm.
or for some reason it just does really well. That's been my experience.
I haven't, like, I looked at all the algorithm videos and all that stuff before, but it seems like the ones where I break the algorithm and I don't follow it are the ones that do really really well, and it's confusing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows what the hell's going on right now.
Yeah, no, nobody knows,
Yeah.
man.
So, yeah, I definitely take stuff with more of a grain of salt now.
Mhm. At
And
first, dude, I was like, all right, 4 hashtags, 12
yeah,
seconds
now it
long,
seems like
you know.
hashtags don't even matter anymore. It seems like,
Exactly. You see the ones with no
yeah,
hashtags with
everybody.
like,
Well, I
yeah.
think that's just a trend. I don't know because I stumble upon the ones where it's just somebody doing a dance or something, no hashtags,
Mhm.
stuff like that. But yeah, I see what you're talking about. I did one where it was like I tried. I did one where I had like the Dorito bag on my head because that's like my thing, right? I put the Dorito bag on,
I
and
was gonna ask you why Danny Dorito.
yeah. Uh, but anyways, I did one where it was like I'll talk about it after this.
Oh, okay.
The It was like damn it, what was it? It was me in my chair spinning around, and I was like, for the video on TikTok with the most likes has this many likes. This one has just this much more, right? And it kind of blew up for like a day, and then it just stalled out, right? Like I
Mhm.
feel like people just don't take those ones seriously anymore. Like I just missed the trend. Um, but it was funny because it was a stupid video, but it just blew up for like a day. But I didn't put
Oh
any
yeah.
captions, nothing. I think it stopped at like 250,000 or something. I don't know what it's at now, but
That's still really good for one
yeah, I
day.
mean, for like one or two, I think it was like 2 days that it happened. But
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden, all the comments came where they're just like, "No, it's not," and then it just stopped.
Oh yeah. Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Other people come in and be like, "This is stupid." And
Yeah,
you're like,
like
"I know."
those ones either have to blow up in 2 days or they're just not gonna do it. I feel like
Mhm.
because I've noticed there's like another trend starting right now where people say, if you stumbled upon this and it's August 18th, and it's like, well, today's August 18th, and I look and it has 2.3 million likes or something.
Yeah, and you're like,
Like,
do
what
I
the
need to,
hell?
yo, we should,
Yeah.
okay, yo, let's do an experiment, all
Okay.
right? You post one, I'll post one. You do it without hashtags, I'll do it with hashtags, or like vice versa. And let's do the same TikTok and see how it goes, like just like the same stuff, same things are said, and like
Let's
just
post it at
see
the
which
same
way.
time too.
Yeah, yeah, same
Yeah,
time.
that would be
And
interesting.
just do a little experiment.
Hmm.
We can say like this is an experiment.
Yeah, send me an like, because I have an idea of the one that I saw, but
Mhm.
send me an example of the one you're talking about. We'll do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that would be kind of interesting to see,
yeah, and then somebody will stumble upon this and be like, "Oh, I see that." Like they're gonna go back
Yeah,
and
yeah.
check.
Oh, dude.
I'll make a highlight of this and call it like TikTok experiment.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
think it would be cool, man. You never know. Watch one
yeah,
of them just like blow up and the other one doesn't. Just like,
dude.
come on, man.
Honestly, it could happen. I've
Yeah. Oh
have.
yeah.
How do you feel about reposting?
I tried it and I feel kind of scummy about it.
So
Like
yeah,
I don't.
there's two different. Seems like there's two different mindsets with reposting. Either you're
Mhm,
supposed to repost the ones that did really well, right? Because they have a good chance of going viral again,
mhm.
or you repost the ones that didn't do well because nobody saw them and see if it was just the time that you posted them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've kind of steered away from doing the ones that already did well
Mhm.
because I posted a few of them and right away, like the first comments are repost, and I'm just like, well, yeah, that ruins it. So what's the point?
Yeah. You're like, hey, calm down, calm
Yeah,
down.
because I don't believe in deleting comments unless they're like, racist or bullying or
Yeah, oh
something.
yeah. If they're like really bad, then I'm like, okay, that
Yeah.
one that one shouldn't be here.
Hey, settle down. They just get out of
Yeah.
control sometimes, man.
Dude, I got a bunch that were like, so when I posted the original like military one that kind of like blew me up, I had a bunch of people that were like stolen valor. I was
Really?
like, yeah, and I was like, and so I made another one where it was like, me with a picture of like me in my uniform because I had to look forever ago to find one.
Oh, that's why you posted it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and where I was just like, you know, so that's why is there like it
Yeah.
wasn't just because it was one comment. There were like literally like hundreds of comments that were like post a picture of you in the military because I guess it got so much attention that people
Yeah.
were like, well, what if he isn't? And plus that dude who posted the thing of him going into the military and like come to find out he wasn't and just used it for clout basically.
I
So
haven't heard about that.
oh, you had dude, it got like 10 something million likes.
Because
So like it
I've
was
seen a lot of the military ones where they're in uniform doing some dance or some song or something. I'm just like, "Dude, what are you doing?" It's
yeah.
literally everybody knows now that like if you're in the
Mhm,
government, you can't have TikTok. Right now, it is against like the federal
mhm.
government to have TikTok. So it's just like, and then it blows up,
People,
and
man.
everybody's gonna see it.
Oh yeah, especially the people you don't want to
So
see it.
yeah,
So, because
yeah,
they have that, and they're
yeah.
scrolling through.
That's why I didn't start posting until I think I didn't start posting on TikTok till I was done. So
Mhm.
or till I was on till I was on like, what do they call it when you're at leave, you're saved up leave at the end, like terminal leave, whatever
Oh
they call it.
yeah,
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 I didn't
yeah.
start till then.
Is it terminal leave? I think so. Yeah, I know what you're talking. Where you
Yeah,
basically like use all the leave you had at the
yeah, I
end so
had
you
like
get out
45
earlier.
days. So
Damn, dude.
yeah. Well, dude, I was so the Coast Guard's weird, man. Our work hours are like 6 to 1.
Mhm,
So it was like 7 hour work days, and then if you started duty, because it's aviation, you have to have so much rest time.
mhm.
So I did get a decent amount of time off for being in the military, I would say. But
Okay.
yeah, that's why I started streaming because I had some free time.
Mhm.
Once I actually started, because I had to get qualified to do the job I was doing. I guess I haven't really talked about it. Unless if you're interested, I
Yeah,
don't I
yeah, of
don't
course.
I don't I always feel weird talking about myself. Um, so what I did was I was a helicopter flight mechanic, and which is, it doesn't really sound like what I do. So my responsibility was that if the helicopter broke, I had to fix it to get us back to the base, or at least somewhat so we could fly back, right? With like a
Yeah.
waiver or something. but my main job was search and rescue.
Hmm.
So we would fly out in the middle of the ocean, boat sinking, pick the people up, and then fly back to shore type of stuff. So getting qualified to do that took like a year. So for that first
Hmm.
year, I was just constantly studying and stressed out. So I would game, but I didn't stream. And then probably halfway through that tour, I started streaming, and I would go on deployments and couldn't stream. So it just never really. I never, like I think towards the end, before I got out, I was averaging like 5 viewers, and it was mostly family and friends.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I moved over here with my girlfriend and everything, and then I started posting more. I read about the algorithm between like the month where I kind of took a break because of moving and stuff, and then so
Hmm.
started posting. It just took off, man. Crazy.
Yo, how did you feel when you first like blew up? Like when that first video blew up and you looked over and saw all the follows coming in.
So honestly, I never really had like one thing that like blew up. It was
Really?
kind of like just a constant thing. Like I would have them, they
Okay.
would do decent, but they never. I only have one video that made above 1 million.
So like the military one, for example, like I always told myself that I never wanted to like turn off my follows, but I legitimately had to.
So I didn't. I had when I did start to get a lot of Twitch follows.
Hmm.
I have this monkey that like screams, and I had to turn that monkey down, man. And I think
Yeah.
and then eventually I just took the monkey off, and it just pops up with like me with the Dorito mask on, and it says like "Welcome to the
Hmm.
party bag." But yeah, man, like people were like, "Hey, the monkey's starting to get annoying," it's like my
Yeah.
bad.
Dude, like mine was I just have that normal like beep, you know?
Okay,
And
yeah,
it got to the point where like so it when it blew up, I was sitting on a call with like all my mods and I
yeah,
didn't see it and I was like I had like two mods because I was doing that world record stream, so I needed them to kind of like help and stuff.
yeah,
And we were all just in a call and we're talking. And I was like, yeah, I might stream tonight. I don't know. And then I look over and literally my like follower list is going crazy. And I was getting like it was like 5 every 10 seconds.
yeah,
So I literally had to turn it off. Like it's back on now because it's slowed down. But I was like, dude, I don't like I literally went from 300 to 6,000 within 18 days. So that's it was quite a lot. And
yeah.
dude, I didn't know how to feel about it, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa, what did I do?
mine wasn't that fast. People
Hmm.
do tell me that I don't know what it is, but something that I'm doing, I'm getting like a third of the people that follow me on TikTok follow me on Twitch. Like that's what the ratio has been.
That's good.
Yes, but it's been slow. You know what I mean? So it's been like a
Mhm.
gradual thing over 3 months. So it's just interesting to look at how other people have kind of blown up.
How many do you have on TikTok right now?
I think I just hit 32,000,
Okay, okay.
and then I think I'm at like 10.7K on Twitch. So
See,
it is.
so
It's like a 1 to 3 ratio.
y- you have a. I didn't follow you on TikTok. I just followed you.
It's all right, man.
I only follow like 10 people or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, like I
So
said, the Vision Wise guy that I was talking about before that has like over 1 million. He was like,
Jesus.
dude, I gotta follow you because like or no, he didn't say that. He said I see your videos all the time. I don't know if he follows me or not. Probably not somebody
Mhm.
that big. But he was just like, yeah, man, you run my For You page. I was like, okay, so something's working.
Dang, dude. Hey,
So
dude, that's like the best thing to hear though.
I
Is
hear
you're
that a
like,
lot,
yes,
yeah, because I think
dude,
I
I see
post
you all
more
the
than
time.
I think I post more than some people. I've kind of dialed it back,
Hmm.
um, because I think there's a point where because there's people who recommend, oh, post at least 5 to 10 times a day, post up to 20, no more than 20. I'm like 20.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna burn out.
Well, not only that, they're like, but like a quarter of them can be reposts, and I'm like, I ain't repo-
Five reposts.
I repost maybe once a week at most.
Yeah, I think I've reposted one video.
Yeah,
And
I
that was
just
yeah,
yeah.
like that was the military one. I was just like, I don't know.
Well, tell me if you feel the same way. When I go to somebody's TikTok profile because something piques my interest or it's another
Hmm.
streamer, if I see like 10 of the same video, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
Like the first thing that pops in my head is I'm like, are you running out of ideas? Like what's going on? Like, are you running out of content? Like
yeah.
what's happening?
Like, don't get me wrong, I understand if like they just had one blow up and so they're like trying to replicate it. But if you
Yeah, oh
go
yeah.
and it's literally like just 3 rows of the same video, 3 rows of the same video, I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, something.
Something's
I don't know.
wrong here.
Somebody's mindset is different, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
seem like somebody that I would want to
Yeah,
get
just
together
so
with and
like
have on a podcast.
I see you on a daily basis on my For You page, and I see Jack,
That's
like Jack
weird, man.
Wacky, on my For You page daily.
I just wait. You see who else?
Jack Wacky,
Jack Wacky. I'm trying to think if I've seen them.
or like like Wacky maybe.
I'll look him up out of
Yeah,
curiosity. He's another streamer.
yeah, he's another streamer as well. He's actually doing really really well. He just applied for partner and stuff, so he's doing good, man.
Might have to reach out to him if I like his stuff then.
Yeah, no, he's a good dude. He is.
Yeah, like because I'm trying to find like a balance. Because like I said, Chunky he has 750,000 or something like that
Mhm.
on TikTok, but he just started Twitch streaming, so he only has like 6K on there. So then it's like, all right, I'm not super small compared to him on everything. So it's like,
Mhm.
he was actually the one that reached out to me, and I was like, oh, do you want to do the podcast? I have a podcast, and he's like, oh, cool, man, yeah, that sounds cool. So
Yeah.
I think he wants to be on again. He seemed to he plays a lot of Call of Duty, so we had a lot to talk about.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's crazy seeing these people that you think are like really really big, and they're just like humble people. They're like, yeah, I'm just a person.
well, yeah, and the thing with TikTok is a lot of them. There's a good chance that they just blew up when they're
Oh
that
yeah.
big, because it can
Oh
literally
yeah.
happen. Like he told me that at the time of the podcast, he's just growing like crazy, man. He had like
Mhm.
600,000 at the time of the podcast. That was like just over a week ago, and he was like, "Yeah, I've gained like 230,000 in the last month," and I'm just like, "Dude,
Jesus, what are you doing?
yeah, how do you keep up with that?"
Oh my god, dude, I don't.
To
I
go like I can't imagine going from where I'm at right now to all of a sudden being like 10 times the size in like a week, like a month.
oh I can't either.
Like I
Like
kind of
that's
like the way that it's growing because I feel like I can like connect with people as I
yeah.
grow.
You can slowly
Yeah,
maintain
yeah.
it, and yeah,
Building more relationships instead of just like, all of a sudden here's a bunch of people, and you're
oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
It's
I
weird.
don't.
I don't know how I would
That
handle it.
just sounds crazy, man.
Because
Oh
people have told me stories of like, yeah, man, I just went to bed one night, woke up, a video went viral, and I had 100,000 followers all of a sudden. I'm just like, what that doesn't happen to me.
yeah, no. I mean, I did wake up and I had like 10K more, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
I've woken up to like, I think the most I ever woke up to was like 4K more. For me, I was
Mhm.
like, oh damn, okay, that video did well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, dude, that was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
so like, that's insane, man. That's ridiculous growth.
Yeah. But I like how, like I said, I feel like because it's growing a little slower, I can get people to check out the Twitch a little bit more because it's not
Yeah,
as, yeah.
you have a
So
way higher turnover rate than me as well.
yeah, I hope it stays that way, man. Because
Mhm.
I see some people they kind of do that for a little bit, and then I don't know what it is. I don't know if they stop improving stuff, or they expect it to just continue to grow on its own, or everybody has different ideas, different ways of going about
Mhm.
it. To me, it's like, dude, I have to improve at least one thing a day, or else I'm gonna feel like I'm
Dude,
falling behind.
I'm constantly like researching, and dude, my layouts will change like once a week. So I'm like, oh, I like this one way more. This one looks way better. This one's more clean. And I'm like,
Dude, so get this. So the first like 5,000 followers that I got on Twitch,
Mhm.
I didn't know what I was doing. My mic was shit, dude. They could barely understand
Mhm.
me.
What kind of
So
mic do you have?
it's a Blue Snowball. It's like a $50 mic.
Yeah, we
I just
gotta
bought
get
like
you a
a
better
boom arm.
mic, man.
Dude, I'm trying to get that wave, man. Some people are like, just get the HyperX in the meantime. And I'm like,
No, don't get the HyperX.
the
Don't
Quadcast?
don't do, don't do it. Don't do it.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Don't do it. I've had one. I've had a friend have one.
What's
Unless you
like
want to
what's
hear
bad
your
about them?
keyboard all the time.
Oh,
And
well, no. So are you, I'm trying to do you not like mess with like the compression and all that stuff
no,
like
yeah,
that you
that's
do?
that's
And it's
with
still bad?
compression. Yeah, we had sound foam, all kinds of stuff trying to block it, and it would still pick up.
Hmm.
everything, dude. Like no lie, if you want like you're trying to go for like USB mic, right?
Yeah, like I said, the wave that the basically
Mhm.
I've read, and I don't know if do you know who Harris Heller is?
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
he that's good to hear, man. I tell some
Yeah.
people and they don't even know. I'm like, you must not be doing very good research then. You
Oh,
know
dude,
what I
I'm
mean?
telling
Because
you,
that guy's
I
stuff,
research all the time.
it's like all I watch,
Hmm.
except for like what's going on and like. Did you start watching like some of the streamer drama stuff? You kind of want to know what's going on because I get asked, so like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, I
No.
don't know who that is. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
So I was like,
of course.
I gotta start keeping up with some of this. You
Mhm.
know?
Hey, but no lie, best USB mic you can buy by far is the Audio Technica AT 2020.
I've heard that before.
By like, I mean, by a
So
long. We had the HyperX and the AT 2020 next to each other and did like comparisons on them, and the AT 2020 blew it out of the water. Like,
okay,
absolutely blew it out of the water.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up because Harris Heller did a video on the Wave 3, and basically what sold me was the software.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the Wave 3 is like the new thing, that
Yeah,
sounds great, but like the AT20 is the AT 2020 is just like the
yeah,
always been there, like always
yeah.
good.
Because I feel like if you know what you're doing, you can get any mic to sound decent. I
Oh yeah.
just feel like I can't do any more with this thing, man. It's so like I don't know, man. It's a
I
$50
had
mic.
one. I had one, man, and the old blue snowball.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's definitely been a learning experience, to say the
No,
least.
you look beautiful.
Are you talking to the wife?
Yeah, with the wig on.
Oh,
Have you thought about going to like XLR mics or?
dude, I can't afford to spend that kind of money right now.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, like
Definitely
the
understand.
Wave, you get like they have a special adapter for it. They have that really nice pop filter, and then
Mm.
the mic. Plus, you get that software that people are saying is like having a GXLR, right? That
Oh,
one of
go
those mixers.
XLR. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they're saying it's like having one of those. Like for the most part, obviously there's stuff you
yeah,
can't do
yeah.
just because there's no physical stuff. But the fact
Mhm.
that you can set up a ratio so that like if you die in the game but your friends are still playing, like you can just hit a button and all of a sudden like their chat goes down, the game volume goes down a little bit, you get louder, the music comes back up louder, like it I feel like it's gonna save me a lot of time and make things more professional.
Oh yeah, dude, I will say
For
right
two
now,
hundred
like,
bucks. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I have a Go XLR,
Yeah.
and like by far, dude, the best purchase for a stream I've ever made.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different things that I can do.
Okay, so you totally
Like
understand why I'm like, yeah, I want
oh
the
oh
wave,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Like the
Yeah.
wave, I feel like if you don't want to go like the XLR route or you can't quite
Yeah.
get there yet, I would go with that one instead.
I
Because
just
there's things you can do. Like, you can do that and like yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I was
Look
like,
at
what
the
the hell?
face. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. Yeah,
You just be like, what the
yeah. I thought I was like, is something wrong with his mic?
No,
I
no,
was
it's
like,
just beat, man.
caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Um, no, I just, I'm not ready to commit to that. Like, I just feel like it scares me, to say the least. I'm still new to electronics. I was a mechanic. I could either be a mechanic or an electrician. And the reason why I chose mechanic, even though I'm a shit mechanic, man, like, I was definitely not winning any contests working on the
Mhm.
helicopters. But they had two choices. They had you could be an electrician or a mechanic, and my my grandfather and my uncle are like really good mechanics. So is my cousin. So my mom was like, "You got to have some of that in your blood," and I was like, "I hope so," because like
I hope.
yeah, they told me they're like, "Look, the mechanic technical school that you go to, right? Barely anybody's flunked out of that unless like they got in trouble for alcohol incidents or something."
Mhm.
The electrician side of it, those guys are always stressed out about tests. They were dropping like flies. Like they do classes of like 20 and they would graduate with like a class of like 13, 14, so there's like a good percentage of them
Dang.
dropping out. So I just was like, well, I don't want to flunk out and then have to like go back, and because I had to wait on a boat until it was my time to go to school. And I
Yeah.
get seasick as a, yeah, bad. I get really seasick, man. So I didn't want to go back to a boat.
Do you have anything that's like crazy at your desk that like no one else has? Or that you think no one else
I
has?
don't think so. No, no.
I, I have a fish tank.
Like you just have a fish tank there,
Yeah.
dude. Do you have a So one of my viewers, I think one of my mods is like, you should get a pet, like something like that, like a lizard or something,
You
and then
see
have
it?
them. Yeah, dude, that Go XLR, dude, that thing looks sick.
Oh yeah, I don't like where I had so the way my desk is built is it's really really big, but I don't have a place for it, so I have it like over here to my left. So I have to like reach over to do things, but I mean it works, I guess.
Okay, I just the way it was all lit up and everything. I'm really into like retro synthwave type stuff. So
Oh, that's the name of the color profile on
really,
it.
what
Yeah, it's
synthwave or
synthwave.
retro? Synthwave,
It's
that's dope,
synthwave,
dude.
yeah. So that's
Yeah, I love the colors. That's dope.
yeah,
I
I
like
love
all the
that
neon
thing.
color stuff.
Hmm.
That's like all. That's mostly what I listen to when I'm gaming on the channel is like synthwave and stuff. I try to
Like
steer.
Harry Teller stuff.
I did start listening to his stuff just because
Mm.
like the copyright stuff, you know, because that stuff worries me. I'm like, what would happen if I got like a legit
Oh,
strike?
um, I am going to boom. So I sent you a name of a website, and on this website, it's called Epidemic Sounds.
Okay.
It's a like paid thing,
Yeah.
but basically what you do is you get the rights to music,
Okay.
so you can play it on stream and get like actual songs and not just like beats and stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so it is really really nice. I've used it for a while. It works perfect. I haven't gotten any copyrights or muted audio or anything like that.
That's cool. So you are one of those streamers who uses music like the whole time?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I didn't know at first. I was like, oh, I've always listened to music while I game, you know.
Hmm.
But I do go to other people's streams and it's just like dead quiet, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, I don't hear it in my headphones though, but the stream hears it.
Oh, see, no, I like hearing it while I game.
Oh,
That's
I
that's
do when
why that's why I
when I get
wanna
intense. I'm like,
that's why I wanna have it so that the way that you can do it, where you can
Hmm.
turn it down for yourself, but the audience hears it at whatever volume you want. You know, the right
Oh yeah.
balance.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's why that's why I want to upgrade to something like that. Um, so we started talking about movies and TV. We didn't really get into it because the somebody knocked on the door.
Yeah. Old Amazon, man. But yeah, like I mean, shameless random movies here in between, you know. Um, I don't know, man. We don't watch like normal TV, you know. It's just all like
Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah, same
Hulu.
here. We don't have
Mhm.
cable.
Exactly. There's
It's
no point
dying.
anymore.
It's dying.
Yeah. There's
They're
there's no point.
they're all just starting to like. I'm sure DirecTV has like their on-demand service now. You know, I think they all do.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gone to that. Do you watch sports?
Mhm. Yeah, I do.
What do you watch?
Oh God. Baseball, football, basketball.
All right, who are your teams?
All right, so for football, I'm a Panthers fan, and then for for basketball, I'm a Golden State fan just because I lived in California, not because of Curry or anything. I was there when they were losing like crazy.
Yeah, no,
All right.
I was stationed in San Fran, so I
Okay.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for baseball, it's the Mariners because my uncle is actually the pitcher for the Mariners.
Okay.
So like, yeah, I kind of gotta be, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of sports. I have honestly because I've been busy with this stuff. I haven't gotten a chance to sit down and catch up. I told
Mhm.
me and my girlfriend like hockey, and then I like UFC because I started. I'm really into Joe Rogan. That's part of the reason why I was like into doing a podcast and stuff. I thought it'd be a cool
Mhm.
idea. Um, because you know I don't. I'm sure there's other streamers out there who have podcasts, but I don't know of too many of them. So I thought it would be something cool to do. It's just
Definitely different.
another way to get discovered. You know, when
Yeah,
you're
it's,
not
it's definitely
playing.
different, man. I like it. I like it a lot. That's
Cool,
why when
man.
you asked me, like, I was like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever, let's do it.
So I'm not gonna lie, man. When you didn't when you didn't reply to my message at all, there was a guy who literally me and Ankle got him booked, and he went golfing. Totally forgot about us. So I was like, oh man, that's two in a row. Like I told my girlfriend, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna be on today. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, he didn't answer. And then so you answered, and I come back in there just to let her know because she felt bad, you know. I was like,
Yeah.
no, he said he's gonna be on 5. It's all good. And she's like, okay, good. I was like,
Dude, I am terrible, man. Like if someone sends me a message, I'll see it and I'll look at it and I'll reply in my head and then I'll walk away.
I get it, man.
Like,
I
dude, even
definitely
with
get it.
texting,
Not
like,
only
dude, my
that,
wife.
yeah, with all the messages you get now, I'm sure it's kind of hard to keep up with and like remember stuff.
Yeah,
I
like
just
I feel so bad, man. I'm sorry.
also not no, dude, you're fine. You're totally fine. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that you did reach out after that, you could have just been like, ah, just whatever, because I've had that happen. People like
Yeah.
say like,
No,
and then they
dude. Like,
totally just forget and
yeah,
just
of course I wanted to.
yeah, that's cool, man.
I love the we still on for today.
I know.
I just woke up.
Yeah, I was like at 2 o'clock. I was like, oh, what do I wait like 10, 15 minutes and then send like another? I was like, I don't know what the etiquette is. Do I send another message? And then
Look,
I just sent a question mark because I was like,
if you ever need to get a hold of me, dude, just send like multiple messages
okay,
and
good
I'll
to know.
see it.
See,
Yeah.
I'm scared to do that because I don't know. Some of these people might be like, you know what, this guy's blowing up my shit. I don't want to
Nah,
talk to
dude,
him.
I won't. No, I won't. I won't do that.
That's
Like,
good.
I mean, think about it. I didn't even know like who you like actually were, and I still, like,
yeah, that's like I said, man. Mad respect for
yeah,
that.
that's crazy. When you turned the camera on, I was like, what?
You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I've seen him. I know this guy.
exactly. I was like, this dude's on my phone all the time.
That's weird. I had another guy because I still don't know how to reach out to people, man. Like I try to sometimes I'll pop into people's streams. They're like, hey, what's the best way to reach you? Like, what's the best place to DM you? And like some guy was like, oh, what do you need to DM me about? So I tell him, and he's about like the same size as me on Twitch, right? And I was like, oh, well, I got like a podcast. I was just curious to see if you'd be interested. And he's like, oh, hell yeah, dude, I'll do that, this and that. And I message him, and he goes, you know what, dude, I'm really not like, I don't want to do it. Like, I got work and all this stuff like that. I'm like, all right, well, why did you say
no
you
lie, treat people like me. Where like you know who you are, and I know who you are, but the name that popped up, I wasn't thinking at the time, So what I would do is put like, hey, what's going on? I'm like Danny Dorito from TikTok. I'm the guy with, this many followers, and just do something like that so they know who you are,
I've tried that, and it
For
did not
real?
go well.
Oh God, man.
I
What
reached out.
happened?
I reached out to one guy, and he's like, "Well, look, dude, I don't care how big you are. I just care about being like this and that, and enjoying the chat." And I'm like, "That's not what I was trying to say. I'm just trying to say I literally get called like somebody's like, oh, you're just somebody who wants to play with him or something." Because like sometimes I'm like, hey man, like I'm a Twitch streamer, this and that too. Like maybe we can collab or play some games sometime. And sometimes they're like, yeah, sure, dude. Or they're like, yeah, man, like this and that, and then they'll like realize who I am and stuff like that. So it's been a mixed bag, and I'm still not sure how to go about it. But
Dude, no lie, I would change the picture on your Discord to your face, so you don't have to like.
Oh, I didn't do that yet.
Yeah,
damn it, because I changed it on everything else. I changed it on everything else.
I was like, that would have given me more of like a
My bad.
that's who this dude is. I would have dressed a little different. Got
Harris
my
Heller
camera.
said that too. He was like, your banner should be your logo. He's like, but your profile picture needs to be your face. That's what he said. So
it works, man.
I just started doing that.
This makes me so mad. I literally have my camera right next to this webcam.
So you're like looking at the wrong one or what?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and I like look at it. I'm
I
like,
can't tell the difference.
Does it look okay? Like, do I look terrible or? Looks all right. Okay,
that looks fine.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was using like the ceiling fan light, and I decided I was like, you know what, dude, it looks like crap. So I just started using the light that I do.
Oh, dude. Funny story. The only reason why I got a camera, like an actual camera, was because of you.
What?
Like, no shit, dude. I saw your TikTok where you're like, yeah, I got a camera. I thought it was like a really good investment, and this is how it looks. And I was like, oh, now I gotta get one too. I was like, I can't be left behind, man.
That's funny, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. You go into these people's streams because like, hey, check out my channel, and I do, and I'm like, there's no camera. Like, it's just weird. You're just staring at like a video game. You're like wondering like, how do you connect with somebody? You can't even see their face. Like, I just feel like the days are long gone where you can just start playing a game and people are gonna follow you. People are looking. Oh, yeah. It's more about the interaction and the personality than it is the game anymore. So, yeah, I definitely take that into account. Like, if I don't see a camera, unless I know them some other way, I'm like,
I'll dip out.
Yeah.
Like, I try to like find people. So like I try and raid people at the end of like every stream or something, but I'll like I'll look for people with like 1 to 2 viewers, like I said, with a camera and like dude, I found a guy like He had 0 viewers at the time, 2 followers, but this man had like a $20,000 setup, and he had been streaming for forever,
Yeah.
and like he just couldn't get traction. And I rated him, and he was like, "Dude, thank you so much." Blah blah blah. And like, dude, he had like a Shure SM7B and like
Yeah.
not like nice stuff, man. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm rating this dude.
Yeah. No, there's when I do, there's one guy that I stumbled upon when I was first starting to get like a little bit of viewers, and
Mhm.
I had him on the podcast. He was on the second episode. He plays Fortnite, but he plays in like his little guys in like a hot dog outfit. So his name is the Hot Dog Man. But dude, he's an editor and he films stuff, right? Like commercials
Mhm.
and things. Like he just filmed like the new electric Mustang commercial or something. Like this guy does some really badass stuff.
Dang.
And his stream looks amazing. And I think he's finally getting to like 1,000 followers on Twitch. But like I rate him every once in a while because I'm like, dude, this guy just he's a super chill, nice dude. It's just
Mhm.
I don't you can't do everything for everybody. You know what I mean? You want to help people
Ex-
out, but
Exactly, dude. Like my friends,
yeah,
for example, that I started streaming with, man. I'm like, you know, I want to help you the best I can, but like I can only do so much, you know. Like
yeah,
if I'm in my stream and I'm like, yo, go follow this dude, go follow this dude all the time, like it's not gonna do anything, you know. You might get like 1 or 2 followers, but
yeah. Well, dude, the crazy thing is one of my mods or my head mod, she's awesome. She I think everybody has like one really awesome mod that
oh yeah.
yeah, she sent me a clip and I'm like, why is she sending me a clip of Tim the Tap Man? She
Mhm.
donated and was like, hey, like my man Danny Doritos, he's a military veteran, up and coming, this and that. And he was like, I hope your friend does well, this and that. I can't do the shout out stuff because you know how that goes, this and that. But he said my name in front of 30 something thousand people or
Mhm.
20, you know what I mean? Some crazy amount of people. So
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm getting these people coming like, hey man, like I heard your name in Tit and the Tap Man stream and decided to check it out and I like your stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it got,
Yeah.
like I said, even if like, you know, a tenth of a percent of the people watching actually checked out my stuff, it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's still, you know, at least, you know, 3,000 people. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, is like how many people do that and then up and coming, anybody can say they're an up and coming streamer, you know. Not
Oh
trying
yeah.
to say anything, you know, like oh, like we're growing so big, you know, or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I got you. I got you.
so I didn't know what to expect from it because how many times do people hear that and they're like, oh, they probably got like 100 followers or something.
Oh
So
yeah.
it was definitely interesting because I was like, huh, I wonder if anything will actually come from that. And then
Mhm.
somebody else, I don't know if you know who Low is. I think he
No.
has a couple 100,000 on TikTok. Somebody donated, some random person from my stream donated, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know Danny Dorito, this and that." So probably gonna have to reach. I'll have to reach out to him. Stuff like that. It's weird, man. Like
Dude,
just
it's so weird. Trust me. Like I played with Jackzilla. Like messaged me. He was like, "Hey man, you want to play?"
yeah. I
And I
mean,
was like, "Yeah, dude."
when Chunky Hustle reached out, I was like, "Dude, why is this guy reaching out? He's so much bigger than me on TikTok."
Mhm.
But he was like, "No, man. Like I've been watching your stuff on TikTok. Like it just, I really dig what you're doing, and I think that we would, do well collabing together." And I was like, "You know what, dude? I got a podcast." And he's like, "Sure, man. I'll do it." And I was like, "That's
That's
crazy."
that's awesome though. I have a question for you because I don't know how to deal with it.
What's
How
up?
do you deal with people wanting? So say you're running in like a full squad or something, right?
Yeah,
And you have someone coming in and they're like, "Hey man, do you want to run duos?" And then and then you're like, "Hey man, you don't have a full squad. I'll do viewer games and like a little bit," and then they
yeah.
just leave, and you're like, well, like, is that all you wanted? Was just a play? Like,
So
what's?
yeah, I think honestly, I do get a lot of comments of people like, "Do you play with viewers on my TikToks?"
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, "Yeah, dude. I play with them whenever I can."
Mhm.
But I have gotten people that come in and they're like, "Dude, this is bullshit. I've been waiting an hour to play with you, and you haven't played with me yet." And I'm like, "Look, dude, there's a lot of people who come in every day and they're asking every day and they wait patiently. So if you want to play, stick around, man. I will get to you. Just stay active and I won't forget about you."
Yeah.
And then when they're like, "Oh, you want to run duos sometime?" Or I get asked to get to 1v1 a lot. I don't know if you get that. I'm like,
Yeah.
when they ask me to 1v1 me, and I'm like, "Dude, I don't know who you are." Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know what you're gonna do when we 1v1 each other. I don't know if you're just trying to like say the N word to me when I pop into the lobby or something. You know, I'm very
Oh yeah.
cautious.
Dude,
Um,
I'm one of those kids from back in the day in MW2 with like the sniping clans.
yeah.
So I was in X Gen. So everyone kind of knows me from that and knows like who I was. So they'll pop in and they'll be like, "Hey man, 1v1 me," and
Okay.
I'm like, no, like you don't want this heat, boy. And, like
Yeah.
I don't know how to handle it. Like back then, I would be like, yeah, let's do it right now, but now
Yeah.
like I'm just, I don't really want to 1v1 someone in front of 40, 50 people. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I've watched two of my viewers 1v1 each other on stream though. Like they just kept talking crap to each other and they're
Dude,
like,
that
let's
sounds
1v1, and
fun.
I was like, all right, let's do it. Pay-per-view event right here. Let's do it, man.
Dude,
And
that
so in front
actually
of
sounds
everybody.
fun.
And then so for a while it was just like anytime they were in the stream, like, oh look, so and so's back or whatever, like and I'd be like, no, dude, it's bullshit. That gun shouldn't have been allowed or this, and I'm like, oh whatever.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Um yeah, it's crazy, man. The little communities that like, we're growing. Like it's interesting. You
Oh
definitely
yeah.
have the people who have been there from like the beginning. There's a select few,
Oh yeah.
and it's
Dude, I have people that come in that, I stream to just them, and they'll come in and see me with viewers and they're like, dude, what did you do? And I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've had people come in like, dude, I saw you like way back and you were streaming to like 4 people. Like, what happened, dude? Why is everybody talking
Yeah.
about TikTok?
Yeah. What's TikTok? I get that
Yeah.
all the time, dude. What's TikTok? And I'm like it's what blew me up, man. That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Or do you ever get somebody come in and they're like, the only reason why you're doing well is because of TikTok? Like, that's supposed to be an
oh,
insult?
oh yeah, all the time. All the time. Like I had one dude yesterday kind of got to me a little bit. It shouldn't have by any means, but it kind of got to me. But this dude was like, he was like, no, because I post on TikTok all the time and nothing ever happens. And he was like, so he's like, TikTok is stupid. And I was like,
Yeah.
you got to focus on like the content that you're putting out and like what people want to watch. And
Dude, I'm telling you, man, that's why I made those tip videos. I just go, hey, man, if you want help, go check out my how to get engagement on TikTok video.
dude, now I can't go do that.
And then they're like, thanks, dude, that helped a lot. And it's like, see,
Yeah.
I converted somebody into a mean person to a hopeful person. It feels good.
Dude, I've had people come in and like, I had one dude come in one time and he was like, yo, this is a shit stream. And I was like, hey, man. I was like, yo, dude. I was like, are you okay? You got something going on? And he was like, nah. I was like, this is just a shit stream. And I was like, dude, what's going on with you? And he's like, no, I just have family problems, man. I'm sorry. You have a great stream, and followed me and subscribed. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, because I think they're just shocked that like you're not like, hey, get out of here, man. F you, like just straight up, because there's streamers who do that.
Oh yeah. Like, I was so confused. I was just
Yeah.
like, what? That turned
Like
so fast.
if somebody comes in and like the auto mod just starts blowing up, I'm like, all right, buddy, see you later. I don't even deal with those people.
Mhm.
But they come in and they say one thing, and then I'm like, come on, man, that wasn't. Why are you saying stuff like that? We're about positivity here,
Mhm.
I don't dig the vibes you're giving off. And they'll be like, all right, I'm sorry, man, I didn't know this and that. Love the stream, by the way. I'm like, what the hell?
Like, wait, you're nice? What?
Yeah. It's weird,
Oh
man.
yeah, dude.
I think they just want some interaction.
For real.
Yeah. There's times where I see stuff and I'm just like, hey, man, who hurt you, bud? Like,
Oh yeah.
we need to talk about
Oh, yeah.
something, because
100%. Yeah, I'll do
stuff that nobody
see
should
the
be
same
saying.
stuff. Mhm.
Like, would you say to some, like, if you ran into somebody on the street, would you say that to them? Come on.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
people are crazy, man. What time do you normally start streaming?
So I just changed my schedule. I changed the days. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday now from 2 to 6 Pacific time.
Okay.
I was only doing 3-hour streams this whole time. I just upgraded to 4. So
It's same. I've been doing like 3 to 4.
nice, man. Yeah.
Sometimes 5.
See, that's another thing is I people are like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I stream every day for like 10 hours. I'm like, well, there's a problem right there. spending too much time on there. You need to go do some stuff on social media
Yeah, I just
to
explain
promote
to
it.
people, I'm like, what are you gonna watch? A 10-hour movie or a 1-hour movie?
Yeah,
You're gonna watch the 1-hour movie, you
yeah.
know, like that's how you got to look at it.
Well, because there's people who are like, "How come you don't stream for like 8 hours?" And I'm like, "Because I'm trying. One of my goals is to make partner. I don't want that to be the main focus of my channel. You know, that's just a goal.
Yeah.
But my long term goal is, like I want to do crazy charity streams and stuff where it's like, holy
Oh
shit,
yeah.
you're actually
I
making
want
a
to be,
difference.
dude. I want to be the guy that can like, when that kid does be like, how many likes for a PC? I can be like, all right, 10K or something like that, and actually be able to do like that's. I want to be
Yeah,
able to get to that point,
I agree, man. Because I love duetting on TikTok because
Mhm.
there's you have you looked at like because you go click the settings from like all activity and put it to mentions. Like it surprised me, man, how many people. It's weird. People are changing their profile pictures to my face now. How fucking weird is that, dude?
A little weird. I've seen people in Call of Duty with my name as their clan tag. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, or the people who have made accounts on Twitch. They're like, Danny Dorito 23 biggest fan or something like that. Like, there's people changing their names now. I'm like, it's crazy, man. Like, I got recognized at a Chipotle.
I haven't had that happen yet.
Yeah, I got recognized
That's
at a CVS too.
dude, that's
Walking through the
crazy,
parking lot.
man.
So, because I think the reason for that though is that TikTok is geographically based. So the people that are like within a 50-mile radius of you or whatever see you the most.
Hmm.
Because even the videos that do bad, they see them.
That's terrifying. I live right next to a college,
Yeah.
so like,
Well, because of COVID, I haven't been going out very much. So it's like
yeah,
once
yeah.
everything opens back up, if I go to Disneyland, because Disneyland's right there, stuff like that, it's gonna be weird.
You just have like an entourage following you. They all have Dorito bags on their heads.
Yeah, man. It makes me think like like Joe Rogan. How does that
Mhm.
guy go anywhere, man?
uh,
The
Security.
only difference with him is I'm pretty sure he could beat the shit out of anybody that comes up to
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Well, of
But
course, yeah.
but I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I can't even imagine being famous because people are like, dude, what is it like to be famous? I'm like, dude, I'm not famous. I'm just kind of popular on TikTok. I don't see it that way yet.
Yeah,
But
dude, I'm the same. I'm just like,
yeah,
I was like, I have 30,000 followers. I was like, but that's
yeah,
nothing, compared to a lot of people.
yeah.
So
It's all relative, man.
mhm.
Somebody who has 100 followers looks at somebody that has 10K and they're like, dude, what would it be like to be at 10K? I guess it's
Oh
just
yeah,
human nature to always look
Mhm.
up to the next thing. So,
Oh yeah,
um, I guess the biggest thing is just to remember what it's like to be that person at 100 followers. Never forget what
yeah.
it's like to be on that end of it.
Oh yeah.
I try to be really humble. I think that jujitsu's really helped me with that too. So, yeah, man.
That's awesome, dude.
Um, how much longer you got? It's 5 here.
I start in an hour.
Okay, so we kind of wrap it up soon, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So
I
I
mean,
can eat real quick.
yeah, man. Um, how much longer you got then? What time? When do you want to get off?
It
20,
don't
30
matter.
minutes.
Yeah, as long as you give me like 30 minutes to eat and get everything ready.
All right. Yeah, just let me know when, man. We'll
Yeah,
end it.
yeah.
This is why I like doing the podcast, man. When you click, like you can just talk forever. I feel like you get
Oh
into a
yeah,
groove.
dude.
It's always. I feel like the first like 40ish minutes is usually kind of like you're still breaking the ice, kind of getting
Mhm.
into the flow, and then like once it goes, like Chunky Hustle was only able to be on for an hour and a half, and it just like it was like, oh, you gotta go now. Like we just started getting into it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to ask you before you go because my viewers love it.
Mhm.
You into conspiracies?
Oh, you told me about this. It
Yeah.
depends on the conspiracy.
Well, like, give me one. What's one that you?
No, I mean like if it makes sense, you
Yeah, no,
know.
yeah. But tell me one that makes sense to you.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, man.
Aliens, JFK, nothing.
No.
Really?
There were those lights. I can't remember where they were.
Phoenix
Those like
lights.
three, yeah, the Phoenix lights. That one's kind of like, oh man.
Yeah, I watched a. This is gonna sound very like conspiracy person thing, but I watched
Mhm.
'Cause I like the conspiracy thing. It's fun to talk
Oh
about,
yeah.
but I'm not like I don't think that like you got to boil your water before you drink it. I know I worked with a guy when I was in high school who legit told me that he boils his water before he drinks it to get the fluoride out because it like mind control stuff. So I've definitely
Oh,
seen like that side of like the
okay.
conspiracy thing. I'm not like that. I just think it's interesting to think about like aliens and
Oh yeah.
like I said, like JFK.
Yeah, like the stuff that like actually like makes
Yeah,
sense, you
like
know.
one that I've talked about a lot recently is the idea that Hitler could have escaped. You looked into that?
Are you talking about like the picture that popped up of
No,
the
no, no, no.
dude?
I've seen
No.
that. I've seen that. But damn it, I don't want to repeat the same thing that if you're interested, go check out there's a highlight. But stuff like that, man, like we were talking about like the Nazis technology. They had prototype aircraft that look like UFOs and stuff, man, you know?
Mhm.
So that kind of stuff is interesting. Uh I guess an easy one is just aliens. How do you feel about aliens? You think they exist?
I'm like, there's no way we're
Okay.
the only,
Yeah.
living things. That's how I feel. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything?
No.
So there was one time where I was flying at night, and I had MVGs, right? And I
Mhm.
did see something like darting around really quick, and it was over by this area over here called Antelope Valley.
Mhm.
And there's all these rumors that there's like a some kind of Air Force base in the mountains right there where they have like prototype aircraft or something. So that's been one time where I was like, it's kind of weird, but I haven't had anything else. I know somebody who says that like their dad has footage of like the Phoenix lights.
Mhm.
So like stuff like that, it's like, yeah, man, so many people saw that.
Oh yeah. That's why I
So
was like, man, the Phoenix Lights, dude, that was something weird. Like,
yeah.
no one can explain it.
Well, dude, like the I don't know if it was the mayor or the governor. I think it might have been the governor of Arizona. So it could have been the mayor. I don't want to say for sure. But anyways,
Yeah,
some
yeah.
big like government figure,
Mhm.
like, right away it was like damage control. He had to say like, "Oh, you guys are taking this way too seriously. It was just a military thing." Turns out he saw it. And so after
Oh,
he was done being in office, he came out and said like, "Yeah, dude, I saw it. Like I drove up the hill to get a look at it." And he was like, "I've never seen anything like that. That wasn't military. That was an aircraft that didn't look like it was from here."
dude, that's
So, shit like that, dude.
uh,
That's what I think about. Um or like the Battle of LA. You ever heard of that?
hmm.
That's one of those forgotten things. So there's a famous photograph. It popped up a lot when there was a movie that came out called Battle Los Angeles.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they used that as like promotional material. But there's a famous picture that was in the newspapers where I think over like Burbank or something, there was a bunch of spotlights. There's a picture of spotlights pointed at this UFO looking thing, and they were trying to shoot that thing out of the sky with anti-aircraft guns for like an hour. And it just wouldn't go down.
See, man, this just makes me think. Now I'm gonna go watch a bunch of videos.
There's stuff like that, man.
Oh
So
man.
that's why I think it's fun to talk about because there's just so much to think about and
Yeah, you,
ponder.
you had to you had to hit me with something like that. Where now I'm gonna go look and oh
Yeah. One of my theories is that if you go back and look at all these things that have happened, like these big sightings, like Roswell, stuff like that, it
mhm.
all started to pick up right after we started using nuclear technology.
Dude, Roswell. I went to Roswell. That was the dumbest alien exhibit thing I've. It was terrible.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't.
like tinfoil, and they're like, "It's the aliens." It's like, dude, come on.
So I haven't looked into Roswell too much because I feel like growing up I read a lot about it. I was
Mhm.
my mom just reminded me because around wow, 4th of July has already been that long ago. It feels like it was just like a week ago to me. Like time is just flying with everything. I'm
Oh,
so
dude.
busy.
Yeah.
But we were talking about conspiracies or something like that. And my mom talked about how I went through like a phase when I was in like elementary school. I went to the
Mhm.
library and I just like looked up on the computer like UFO and like all these or like aliens or something, right? Like all the keywords of that stuff because I got into like
Mhm.
aliens at that age. I don't know how old I was. Anyways, so the librarian brings me this stack of books, and I take them home, and it's like all alien related stuff. And then somewhere in the stack, there was a book about like illegal aliens, like immigration. I was like reading this book, all
What?
confused. I'm like, wait, why is this about like people like crossing the border? My mom
You're
was like,
like,
why do
these
you
are-
have this?
Here, actually, I'm
But-
gonna do something. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna call off my stream tonight.
What?
Yeah, so we can have more time to talk, dude.
Really? You don't have to do
Yeah.
that, man. Stick to your schedule.
No, dude, we're good.
Dude, you can be
I
on
haven't,
again.
I haven't had a day off in like 3 weeks, man. So
Do you stream every day?
I've been streaming every day at 8 from like 8 to 11, just
Yeah,
because I have so much traction coming in
So
that.
I did 5 days for about a month, and I started to
Mhm.
get burnt out. And then so now I feel like with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday is when I do giveaway streams. So those are always like crazy. Like that's when I get
Mhm.
like my record numbers. Um, but I'm already feeling way better having a day in between during the week. So I can't recommend enough, man. It helps. It's a break without really taking a break.
Yeah, I mean, like my
So-
thing is right now is I have like so much traction coming in from TikTok, like all this new traction
Yeah.
that like I want to be here for it, because I don't want
Yeah.
someone to just pop in, hit a follow, and never think about me again.
Yeah.
So
I understand what you mean. I felt the same way, but then I started. So literally, I went from like 8 subscribers on YouTube to 1.5 in like a couple weeks. So
Mhm.
you just got to start putting content elsewhere, man. And then it's like there's
Yeah,
content for
yeah.
people to watch when you're not on. You know what I mean? I have so many people like, dude, I didn't realize you had a podcast. I watched like 2 of them, the whole things, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like I don't know, there's probably like a dozen people that watch like the whole things through. But now that they're on Apple Podcasts, and then after this episode, it'll be on Spotify. I think it's really gonna start taking off. So yeah, we'll see. The highlights are doing really well. Like they're starting to get more views than the podcasts themselves. So I think that's the way to go.
Dude, that's awesome, man. At least you're figuring out stuff that not a lot of people are doing.
This is the stuff that keeps me up at night, man. I can't sleep because I get an idea.
Yeah,
So-
I got you. I research and I do all kinds of stuff trying to like figure out new ways and new things and like different things I can do, and Harris Heller keeps me asleep at night. He is my inner demon.
I'm glad I'm not
He's
the
like-
only one.
Yeah, dude, he's like make sure you don't do this, and I'm like shit. Why?
Yeah. Like, I mean, for the last, I don't know, month and a half, I had just my like the same picture as my like banner on everything as my profile picture, and like a couple days ago, I was like, you know what? I forgot Harris Heller said that wasn't a good idea because
Yeah, dude,
people are looking at your name and not associating a face with it.
Mhm.
It doesn't
I mean,
connect
that's-
with them the same.
That's what happened,
Yeah.
with you. And like I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but
No,
like
you're right.
I didn't
forgot.
know.
I forgot, dude. I totally meant to change that. So thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you're good,
I'm
man.
gonna do it right after this. I mean, if you want to, man. I mean, I could probably go for like another hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we're good.
it's up to you, man.
Am I cool to eat?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
Just don't. Your fans better not be mad at me for not being there
Oh,
tonight.
no, dude. I posted like, no stream today, boys. We have huge surprises coming tomorrow because I have some new stuff. I was like, I love you, my guys. Working on something right now for the Wolfpack. Back up and running tomorrow.
Cool. That's cool, man.
I'm gonna be like, it's Danny Dorito's fault.
Yeah, you should. And then
Stream snipe him.
yeah, stream snipe me. Have you had anybody do that?
Yes, dude.
I don't know
my
if I have or
God.
not.
Dude, it is like I've had so many people now coming in and doing that, and I
Yeah.
don't get it. I'm like, why? What's the fun?
Dude, I forgot. I need to turn voice chat back on Call of Duty. I guess I just need to turn it off during multiplayer because that's been bad. I've played some
Mhm.
multiplayer and people get crazy on there, and like if they realize somebody's a streamer,
Hmm.
it gets nuts.
So I have I play on PC, but my keybinds are a little different from normal.
Yeah.
So I don't use control, right? Like my
Okay.
left control, I don't use it.
Okay.
So I have that bound to mute all chat audio from everything. So like Discord, in game, all that is muted through that button. So anytime I hear something, like I expect something's gonna happen, I immediately just reach my pinky over and hit it.
That's a good idea.
It works really well.
I might steal that.
Mhm.
The
I use my mouse to go prone.
dude, because one of my favorite things to do, and I just realized I stopped doing that because I got worried about the chat thing. I was under the impression that if somebody says like the N word, you can get in trouble for it, even though it wasn't you.
You didn't say it.
But now that I look at that, it seems like that is kind of on a situational basis. It depends on if you like, hey, oh, you know, or if you're just like, cool, you know, like there's a difference between the way you handle it. So because one of my favorite things was in Warzone when you like execute somebody, they're like, no, like it's so funny, dude. The stuff that people will say when
I love when people leave. When you go to execute
oh yeah,
them
and they
just leave.
their loot just pops up.
Yeah, and you're like,
oh,
what?
They rage quit. Like one time I heard some guys like, not again, and just leaves. Yeah.
You look cute, babe. You look like a washed up Taylor Swift.
How long have you guys been married?
How long have we been married? Too long. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, almost 5 years now.
Oh, nice.
We've been married for a while, man. She was a Tinder date that never left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I never had any luck with those. I'm 5'3", so everybody just swiped right past, man. They don't want to date short people.
I'm 6'4", so I only got them right swipes, you know?
Yeah, I never had a problem.
I mean, I look kind of goofy, though, but the whole Ed Sheeran, Seth Rogen, man-child baby thing I have going on, it works sometimes, you know?
All right. People are always like, you look, that I look like I'm 15, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I'm 24, so hopefully when
That's good, though.
Yeah, hopefully when I'm like 35, I'll look like I'm the age I'm supposed to be, or you know, now.
Dude.
So
I look like I'm 40, so like, you know, when I'm 40, I'm gonna look like I'm on the brink of death. Like,
yeah,
it's not going too hot over here.
Yeah, I just I should have talked about that. So do you know who Young Jim is? So Young Jim is a 15-year-old Fortnite player that went from, I want to say somewhere around 10,000 to I think now 140,000 followers on Twitch in like a month.
Dang.
In a month.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah. So I did a G Fuel giveaway on TikTok, and it was whoever got the most likes on their comment wins the G Fuel. Well, he commented and said the boys got me, and he got like a couple hundred likes, so obviously he won. So I used it. I was like, hey, I'll give you a whole box, man. I don't care. But I'm just wondering, would you be interested in being on my podcast? Because I'm just so curious to know like what it's like at his age going through all this on like just a completely different level. And
that's a crazy level.
Right
man.
after that, he said yes. We had a time set up. Right after that, you could tell that like he was figuring out how to like catch up. Like he bought a new PC. He started doing this stuff. He was like, "Hey, there's so many people following. I can't do the dance every time." Because I think that's what made him blow up. Was he did a video and he was like, "Every time somebody subs, I do a dance." And it was like a TikTok dance or something. So it just literally blew up because of that. Or you know, like every one of his videos, it just kind of escalated and it just snowballed. And yeah, he told me, he's like, "Hey, unfortunately, I can't be on the podcast." And I'm like, "Oh, that sucks." But I didn't say that. But I talked to my girlfriend. I was like, you know what? I wonder if like his parents like stepped in and were like, we need to handle this because this is crazy.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
And then my thing is like to parents, it's all a joke.
Yeah.
You know, until you hit that point,
Yeah. Well,
and then it's oh shit.
and then I also told her, I was like, well, he is 15, so I mean, I got to keep that, like I got to take that into account. Like, I'm
Mhm.
24. His parents don't know me. So, I totally understand. And after that,
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to stick to 18 and older for the
Sorry,
podcast. It's probably
18
for the
plus.
best.
Mhm.
His ankle was 21, and so I was like, I feel like if Young Jim's on, it's going to turn into like the older brother talking to the younger, like, hey, don't mess it up, man. Like you're so far ahead of like,
Mhm.
like, but yeah, we'll see. He said maybe sometime in the future he'll reschedule, so I don't know.
I would
Maybe it's
imagine his mom or dad probably took over
That's
trying to.
exactly what went through my head.
Mhm.
Not only that, I think I try not to cuss as much anymore. So
Mhm.
I think it is a bad image. Um, but like when I was like, you know what, like I need to relax. I need to not be so like because there's a certain point where like you're trying to be an entertainer and stuff. So like you kind of like not be a persona, but you definitely more careful about what you say. You don't want to cuss too much or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
because the kids will carry over
yeah.
what you say, you know.
And then the first couple of podcast episodes, I was cussing a lot. I was like, you know what? I was in the military. Like, I shouldn't have to change like who I am and stuff like that. But I do realize now that it does matter that you
Mhm.
don't cuss every other sentence. And I wasn't that much, but it does make me wonder: did they check out one of the podcasts and just see me an ankle like f this, f that,
Mhm.
laughing, joking around, and they were like, yeah, not this guy. So yeah, that also makes me wonder, but I don't know. It was interesting. I'm gonna send him the G Fuel, and then I told him I was gonna send him a T-shirt, which merch has been a nightmare by the way because of COVID. Like I couldn't figure out who I wanted to do merch with, what like just getting a shirt to try on to make sure it fits well and is like nice quality is like a pain in the ass right now. So I have a T-shirt I'm gonna send him a G Fuel, and he's told me that he's gonna give the G Fuel away to like he's gonna pay it forward. So that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Meaning he probably got a decent, sponsor.
What do you mean? Like he doesn't? No,
No,
he
he
he said
probably
that
got
right
like
from
a.
the bat. As soon as he won, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay it forward, man." Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
He's a nice dude.
yeah, his head's in the right place. So
Mhm.
um, yeah, I'm curious to see how his channel does with him, like school starting back and stuff. You gotta remember he's 15 years old.
That's insane,
So
dude. I don't
yeah,
know how I would like
dude,
as a parent. What would you do? What would you do as a parent if your 15-year-old kid's channel blew up? He was making, $1,000 a day on stream.
get an agent,
Yeah.
get a lawyer.
Like, dude, I don't know how I would,
Yeah,
like school wise, like homeschool. Is that?
I mean, as of right now, a lot of them are doing online school. He's in Florida, so I don't know how Florida is handling all this. Um, because I was just talking to a friend about one of my friends is a teacher,
Mhm.
and she was talking about how the school is like 500 kids, right? It's an elementary school,
Mhm.
and the classes aren't mandatory. Like I guess they're doing half online and then half in person, or all. I don't know if they're doing 2 days a week in person, and then like they split the school into half, and we're like, this half of the school comes for these 2 days, the other half comes for those 2 days. Well, out of 500 kids, this was the first week of school. Out of 500 kids, 41 showed up.
Jesus, that's
Yeah, and that's just
that's
one
rough.
elementary school. You know, what's going around? Like, what's going on around the country with this? How's this going to affect the educate? Like, I mean, because like I said, California at least makes it seem like this ain't nothing's going back to normal till next year.
Mhm.
Like the way that things are probably going to stay the way they are.
Just weird, man. Because like I just completely lost my train of thought.
That's all right. Um,
Started staring at my panda and just
it's all right, man.
disappeared.
You're eating too. Yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know, man. That's
Oh,
it's weird.
I was gonna say like with people Like the TikToks that are going viral right now of people like showing you how to skip out on a Zoom call and stuff like that. You know, like how are these kids' education gonna hold up when they're
Yeah.
being shown how to skip and like not being forced to be in a room and they have all these different options of leaving and like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Unless your parents are some of the most like old-fashioned formal people in the world right now,
oh yeah.
there's no way a kid can focus at home right now. There's just no way. Not with the phone, not with the Xbox. I mean, I've seen some TikToks where people are like, when you're at school but you can game, and it's like none of these kids are learning right now, and a lot of the
No.
schools aren't even making it count for a grade. So it's like, what's the point? Is the idea
Yeah,
that's
what's the
going through
point
their
of
heads? Yeah.
going?
Um, I don't know, man, and I don't know if I don't know if. So, like I said, I don't want to get political, but how do you feel about
Mhm.
how the U.S. is handling it? It's a mess, right? Like, there's no other way to describe it other than a shit show. Like, there's
It's
just nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what's going
no.
on.
It's
Nobody.
like I feel like the personally I feel like the stimulus checks are needed, you know.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
I
they really
agree.
are. There are families that got let go that don't have the money, you know.
Yeah, sure.
I feel like a lot of the things that they implemented were definitely needed, but like the way I feel like the way they're handling it is okay, and the way everyone else is handling it is just kind of a shit show. Like
Yeah,
it's going it's both sides, you know.
yeah. Um, so San Francisco, I was there, and they were the first city in the country to go on lockdown, like to
Hmm.
just shelter in place. So I've been sheltered in place since like March 13th or something like that,
Hmm.
15th. So I mean, it's starting to feel like this is like it's just
Life,
normal now. Yeah,
yeah, it's just life now, dude. You go out, you wear a mask. That's it, you know.
yeah. And that what was I still don't understand what the hell was going on with the whole mask thing. At first they were like masks don't do anything, and then they were like you have to wear a mask now, and it's like well you just said that they don't do anything,
Like,
so
but you
why the
just said
yeah
like 20 minutes ago that.
yeah. And then the latest thing is now you're supposed to wear goggles too. They're trying to get that to be a thing, or Fauci is.
Did you hear that?
No, it muted.
Okay, I was like, did you hear the?
No, it didn't.
Okay, okay.
Everything all right?
Yeah, yeah. I was just seeing if I can get a drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Now they're trying to. Fauci's saying you got to wear goggles or sunglasses. So we'll see if that becomes the thing, or if it's like, all right, come on, man.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's already hard enough trying to get people to wear masks. What was that?
It's like you have 2 legs and 2 feet.
um, what did you say your wife does? You working?
Mm-mm.
No.
She's just a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, right on.
Mm.
Um, are you? See, I don't know if that's a good question to ask. I was gonna ask if you're, because I'm in an apartment, man. Like it's
Yeah, go for it.
cramped. Um, because people ask me, like, let me see a setup tour, and I'm like, literally, like this corner is the setup. Like that's it. Like I don't have a fancy room or anything. You know, that's
Yo, my setup looks really, really nice.
it
In my
does,
house,
man.
I have 2 living room or 2 dining rooms, right next to each other. I'm
Yeah.
in one of the dining rooms
Okay.
against the wall.
Because people are like, hey, like why do you like the green screen's cool, but like it almost would be cool to see like your whole room or whatever. I'm like, dude, it's
Mm.
literally just a bed and like this area behind me. So it's like
Gotta get some lights, man.
the goal is to be making a steady enough income to move into a bigger apartment, you know,
Hmm.
just with another bedroom to make it so it's like an office. But uh, we're on like a 10th month lease, so we still got like 6 months, I think. It'll be interesting. I'm can't even imagine. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be like in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I also take every time I look at the numbers, man. I'm just like, it's humbling because it could literally disappear. You know, you look at all those people that it happens to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't remember who it was that said it. It might have been Chunky Hustle. He said that he has a theory that when everything does go back to normal, everybody it's starting, but when everybody starts going back to work, going back to school, there's a lot of people who started doing streaming and TikTok and all of content creating and
Mm-hmm.
can't do it anymore or can't put as much time into it.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting. I think there is going to be like a wave of people, kind of like when Vine blew up and then died. There was that wave of
Mm-hmm.
people that stuck around. I think it's going to be like the COVID streamers and TikTokers that like got big and got big enough that they were able to actually like make it a job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that's me. I'm hoping I'm one of those people. And you
Same, dude.
too.
Okay.
But
Yo, I have this fly, right?
yeah.
This fly. And it flies in my nose. It hits me in the eye while I'm trying to play. And then it disappears. And it's
What?
back. And I want to choke this little fly. And when I look for it, I can never find it. But every now and then I'll just get like a little boop.
I mean, they don't live that long, right? It's only got so long.
Oh, it's been like 2 days, 3 days now.
Okay. Yeah, they only live like a couple weeks from what I know.
It's too long, man.
I guess it could give birth. It could get
No,
it's gonna be
no,
a bunch of little
come on.
flies. They're just gonna like take turns every day. Oh, it's your
For
turn.
real. It's like a different one. They
Yeah.
just dude, oh man. Yeah, but so
That's
I mean,
fine.
who knows, man? Maybe in 6 months, we're both chilling at 20, 30,000 viewers. Like, yeah, you just don't know, or we could not be doing it at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thing.
Well, I mean, so this was before COVID, but the stats for Twitch were that basically, I think it was like 95% of the people that are streaming on Twitch are streaming to 15 viewers or less. Okay.
Dang.
So that's a crazy number. Uh, I wonder how much that's been inflated now because there's so many people that are like, you know what, I'm gonna take this time to start streaming or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I do catch myself every once in a while, like when I do find somebody's profile and I see that they are like double the size of me and like they started like a month before me. It's like, damn, man, what if I had just got on it a little sooner? But I stop and I'm like, I can't think like that because I'm so like it. Yeah, it's humbling, man.
Mhm.
Like the support that people give, like it's
Oh,
crazy.
dude, the support is. Do you get like messages and stuff that almost like bring you to tears? Like just
Yeah,
off stream, you're just like I have people all the time that are like, "Hey man, I always have rough days, but like you're the best part of my day
yeah,
when you start." And I'm like, dude,
yeah. There's people who tell me that like they were in a bad spot and
yeah,
they
dude,
found my stream and like they like they can't wait for the next TikTok and stuff like that. And it's just like, damn, dude, it's crazy how much like you're now a
hmm
part of somebody's life.
exactly, dude. Like, and I
Yeah,
feel like I know all these people too. Like, I feel like
yeah,
I personally know them. Never
yeah,
seen their face before, but they've seen mine, and like I feel like I know them.
yeah. There's definitely the ones they always comment. They're like, love the content, man. Don't give up. Keep going. You're gonna be something.
Mhm.
And I was just like, dude, I needed
Dude,
that because it's rough
I had one guy,
sometimes.
dude. Like when someone, I don't know if it's the same for you, but like when someone types it, it still means a lot to me, right?
Yeah,
So like when someone types it, it's great. I appreciate it a lot, and I'm like, dude, thank you so much. But when someone like legitimately says it to me, like for instance, I was playing with someone yesterday, and they said it to me, dude. They were like, hey man, I just want you to know, like I was in a dark place. I love what you're doing. Like you keep a smile on my face, dude. Thank you so much. You mean the world to me. And I was just like, oh. I was like wiping away, like get back in there, tear. Like
yeah,
it hits me so hard, man.
yeah. I've had people like they join the party and they just start freaking out, man. Like I
Mm.
can't believe I'm playing with like my favorite streamer, and I'm just like, 3 months
You're like,
ago, nobody knew who the fuck I was, dude. It's
dude, that's
so weird now.
exactly where I'm at. Exactly where I'm at. I'm like, dude, literally. I mean, mine's a little less time, but I'm like, a month ago, nobody knew who I
Yeah,
was. Like nobody knew about me.
yeah.
and I posted one TikTok, and
Yeah. Well,
now
dude, I
I'm
mean, I
here.
get people who say they're like, dude, I've been seeing what you're doing, and I wish I had like that drive. And I'm like, dude, it's
Hmm.
because like I don't want to be messed up. I loved being in the military to an extent.
Hmm.
You know, there's always shitty days,
Oh yeah,
but I had people when I was getting out of the military tell me to my face that I would be back because people they quit and they just don't know what to do, you know, and they go back.
yeah, oh yeah.
So, sorry, I'm tearing up a little bit. It's just
No,
it's
dude, you're good.
crazy, man.
Yo, dude, trust me, I get it 100%. Dude, it's a rough subject. Like it's the most. The way I put it is like I've put so much time, so much effort, so much heart into this, and the fact that it's working and people are seeing that and telling me that I'm making a difference in their life because of it, dude. It just, dude, it hits me hard, you know. Like it really like yesterday, I'm literally like about to cry on stream again, you know. And just because of someone told me that, you know, I make their day better, and like this, and people don't see this side of us, you know. They really don't.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it, man. I think it's important. You know,
Hmm.
I don't think people they see you on the stream and stuff, but they don't really see everything else that goes on behind the scenes. You know, it's a
Exactly.
lot of
Yeah.
work, it's a lot of stress,
Hmm.
but it's worth it. You know,
Oh yeah.
hundred
Yeah.
percent.
People, dude. People don't. People think, you know, we're just playing video games, you know.
Yeah,
But dude, it's it's so much more than that, you know. So much more than that.
yeah, man.
I do appreciate it though, man, to see that there are, you know, other streamers out there, you know, like me, that really like appreciate it, and it gets to them when people say stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, man. It was rough, man. On the way out, everybody's like, dude, everything going on, you know, COVID, like,
Mm-hmm.
cause I don't know if it's the same way for the army, but the Coast Guard, it's like you have 2 years where you can just be like, hey, I want back in, and you're doing the same job, like right back in, no questions asked. Like you have to do like a requal, like I'd have to go do like an abbreviated flight syllabus,
Mm-hmm.
but basically until 2 years, like you have a guaranteed job waiting, and people are just like, just wait, man, you'll be back, because they don't have any hope outside of the
Yeah.
military. You
It's
know?
they're portraying themselves onto you, you know.
Yeah, because they don't
They're
know.
projecting.
Yeah, I mean, when I finally decided to get out, I was like, dude, this is scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Dude,
joined. I
it's
joined at
weird,
18. I don't
man.
know about you, but
Yeah,
or you
mine was
must have, right?
17.
Yeah, dude. I graduated high school. 2 weeks later, I was in
Mhm.
boot camp. You know, there was just no downtime. I was
Dang,
working
man.
until like a week. I was working at the movies, like getting off at like 1 in the morning. You know, because of midnight showings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I went straight from that to boot camp, New Jersey, whole other
Dang,
side of
man.
the country.
Dang, dude.
Yeah. Where'd you do boot camp at?
Fort Benning, Georgia, on a sand hill,
Okay.
and it is called Sand Hill because there's a lot of sand and it gets everywhere. Everywhere you don't want it to be as well.
Yeah. How long was your boot camp? I was only 8 weeks.
So I had, what was it? I think it was, I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like 9 weeks was like the like basic, and then I had 6 weeks of like AIT, so like the training after.
Okay.
I think I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that one.
Hold up.
I'm
So
gonna get a little map.
okay. Love you. Sorry.
Hi,
I
I'm the
got
guy that left
emotional.
him on red.
I was like, why?
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. And that's another thing too, is people don't see how supportive, like, you know, the spouses have to be in it as well.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, there's so many people who tell me they're like, dude, I wish my girlfriend took streaming seriously like yours.
Hmm.
Like they tell me it's a waste of time. You know, and I'm like, Just got to be the person, the kind of person you want to attract. You know, people always ask
Oh
me
yeah.
like, "How do you get a girlfriend that's supportive like that?" And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just try to be the
Mhm.
person you want to attract. That's the best advice I could give.
Yo, dude. So the TikTok that I recorded that went viral, the day that I cried on stream, my wife was next to me, and like in the VOD, you can see her like arm come over,
Yeah.
and she's over there crying too. Like, dude, it was it
So
was it was
I
something
didn't
else,
really,
man.
I didn't really understand what happened to make
So
you.
this dude named Papa Gio, right?
Yeah.
They were doing a train going to people and rating them, right?
Yeah.
So I was streaming with Jackzilla. Like that was the thing. I was really, really small, like 3 viewers, something like that. I think I had like 300 followers on TikTok
Okay.
at the time, and this was literally like the first or the second or something like that of this month. And so I'm sitting there, and this dude comes in, and he donated like 1,000 bits right off the bat, and I was like, oh dude, I was like, dude, thank you so much, you know, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, thank you, man, like you don't have to do that, but dude, thank you. And then he was like, hey, what do you do, what do you do for a job? And that's when like in the TikTok, I'm like, oh, you know, I'm retired military, this is what I do though, you know, I'm putting in like my whole heart, everything like that. And he was like, okay, he's like, I get it. And he's like, man, I like, so this dude's really, really well off, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, he's like, I know it's gonna get hard, and I know times are gonna get tough. And he was like, but if you ever need it and you ever can't pay bills, call me. He's like, I don't want you to give up. You keep going. I feel like you have it. And then he donated so he donated 1,000 bits, and then he donated 10,000 bits. And so I was just like I was taken back by it, and I was like, I kind of like stopped the stream for a second. I was sitting back, and I was like, dude, I've never had someone like support me like that. And I was like, dude, I don't even know you. And he was
Yeah.
like, nah, dude. And he was like, I see the people like in your chat, like you seem like you're really, you know, you're really close to them. He's like, I appreciate that because I see streamers that aren't like that at all. He's like, you're going places, man. He's like, and I'm gonna make sure you get there. He's like, anything you need money wise, you let me know. And like, dude, it just to have someone like support like that, you know, it
Yeah.
hit me.
It's like a little love
And
bomb,
so
dude.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
literally I had to take my glasses off, and dude, I was crying, my wife was crying. I was just like, dude, I don't even know what to
Yeah.
do. And then like 3 days later I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna post a TikTok. I was like, I really like this moment. I was like, I'm gonna post it just so I have it for later. And then, dude, like,
That's crazy, man.
the next day I woke up and it was at like, I mean, I know it wasn't even that crazy now, but I woke up, dude, and it was at 80,000 views, and I had like 3,000 followers on TikTok. I broke 1K on Twitch. And I was like, what is happening, dude? Came out here and like follows were going like crazy, dude. It was
Like I
like
said,
literally
man,
the craziest day.
that's why you got to remember what it was like to be
Hmm.
back then, because it's
Oh, dude,
just,
I'm still
yeah,
that person.
I
I'm still
know
that person.
it's
Yeah.
like looking back, man. The last 3 months has just been
Hmm.
a wild ride,
Oh yeah.
and I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
I haven't really like stopped to take a break. You know?
Tonight's actually going to be my like first break from streaming in a minute, man.
Yeah. No, I
So
think
thank
this is
you.
good, man. You're welcome. No, I think it's good, man, to connect with other creators and do stuff like this, man. To connect
Of
and
course, dude.
have somebody who totally understands.
Hmm.
It's important to talk about stuff. I didn't
Oh
think
yeah,
it
I
was
get
gonna
you,
get
man.
like this, but
No, dude. I'm a really, really friendly person. I can talk to anybody and make
yeah,
friends immediately. That's just the kind of person I am, you know.
yeah, I'd like to say that I'm like that too. So
Hmm.
I think it's
Sorry for making you cry.
no, dude, it's all right. I'm an emotional person, man.
Dude,
So
I'm the same, but I'm also like good at hiding it until it like hits a point, you know, and then
yeah, I
it's
think
like,
that's exactly what happened. It was
hmm
just yeah, you
the
bottle it up,
military's
man.
a yeah, military's a touchy subject for a lot of people, man. It
Yeah.
really, really is.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of good in the military. Then there's the people who hate life, but they just seems like they're doing it because they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Rough.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't think I could have done 20 years. I don't think there's any way.
No.
Because I joined to fly, and they were gonna take that away eventually. Like the higher rank you get.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't fly. I was the guy who like sat in the back and like lowered the basket, picked up the people, like shark attack victims, stuff like that. So it was crazy. And I think that has a lot to do with because like going into that, I told myself that I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm gonna make it happen because I don't know what else to do right now.
Yeah.
I was like, my
Dude,
fallback is to go to college, but I didn't know what to go to college for.
Mhm.
So
Dude, mine was like either I'm going in the military or I'm gonna be in jail or dead. Like that was just the like route that I was going down as a kid, and I was like, I need to do this. And then I had some situations arise. My sister was in a really, really bad, like abusive. So my parents were like my mom was extremely abusive, pretty much.
yeah,
And so she was taking it out on my sister, and like my stepdad was taking it out on her, like really, really bad, like really, really bad things that would piss you off, especially if you have a kid.
yeah,
And so my goal was to use JAG and to get custody of her, pretty much. So I was like, either I'm in jail or dead, or I have her and I'm good. So, I chose the military.
okay.
And at the time, like all they were accepting was infantry. So I was like, yep.
Yeah,
Hit me with it.
I was gonna ask what made you choose army.
That
Literally
it was
just that. Okay,
they could get me the fastest in and the
gotcha.
fastest like turnaround time for JAG.
Okay, yeah, like I said, my stepdad was in the Coast Guard, and so like
Mhm.
when he entered, like my family's life, I was just like, well, I mean, if the Coast Guard made him the man he is, like I want to be like that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I wasn't sure what to go to school about. I thought about going to film school. Shit's so expensive, man, and nobody
For
really
real.
knows if it's worth it. You
Mhm.
know, like right now, I was pretty much set on the idea that the school isn't worth it for that. That it's all
Mhm.
connections. I've heard so many stories. So yeah, it's weird to think that I got out to do that and then now I'm doing this. Like it's weird how
Mhm.
things happen, but
Well, you said you can't like afford like a new mic right now, or are you still looking, or what's going on with that?
so I was looking. I was gonna get the Wave 3, but it was sold
Mhm.
out, and then I couldn't figure out what else to get, and I don't want to spend that much money. Not yet, because I have to.
You have a
Well,
PO box?
yeah, I do. Why? You don't need to send me anything, dude.
No, it's too late. Send me your PO box.
All right, yeah, I'll send it to you after this.
Yeah, I'll send you a because I recommended it. I'll send you an AT 2020.
Come on, dude, you don't gotta do that.
Nah, dude, no, it's too late, man. I appreciate you, man. You brought me on your stuff. I like you as a person. I made you cry. So yeah, dude, it's the least I can do, man. I have it sitting in a box.
What
I would
is it?
rather give it this.
Is it a
Hmm?
USB or is it like one where you have to? It is.
No, it's USB. Yeah,
Jeez.
you plug it
Okay.
up and be ready to go, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, no problem. I would rather see it put to good use, with you.
Yeah, I wish I. Do you want some G Fuel?
No,
I
dude.
don't know.
Nah, dude, I'm straight. I'm good. I can't drink G Fuel, I got that sneak stuff.
Oh yeah, sorry. Can't be talking to the competition, even though I'm
Yeah.
not sponsored.
Hey.
Dude, yeah, I called them on the phone about a charity stream, right? I
Mhm.
was like, hey, I'm giving away a bunch of G Fuel. I'm not asking for a sponsorship. I was just wondering if you would like to sponsor the charity stream or make a donation or something because I'm giving away the G Fuel. That's what everybody's like excited about. Like I'm focusing on the charity stream, but I was like, here's just something to kind of help support the cause coming out of
Yeah.
my pocket. And so the lady on the phone was just because I sent an email and it was getting close, and I was like, maybe I should just try calling customer service. And it sounded like some lady like answering the phone while she was trying to watch a show or something, and she just wanted to get back to it. She's like, we're all working from home right now. We're not accepting sponsorships. And I was just like, okay, my bad. She's like, yeah, bye. And I was like, damn.
Dang.
So I don't know who that was. But
Dang.
it's like, all
I
right.
told you, man, you should have changed your profile picture to your face, then she would have known who you were.
I know. Yeah. Well, because I wasn't like that either. I wasn't like, I think at the time I only had like 3,000 or something. So it was not something where I was like, oh, boom, I got all these people, why aren't you sponsoring me or anything like that? I'm still not like that,
Yeah.
but I was just surprised, But they
Hey,
did send me that G Fuel later, though, so I don't know. I don't know what happened. Because I literally just ordered G Fuel, and they were like, how did you hear about us? I was like, I'm a Twitch streamer. My name's Danny Dorito23. That was it. And then 600 packets of G Fuel showed up instead of 200. So
dang.
yeah, I don't know. It was just a little survey, like, how can we, how was your experience? How did you hear about us? That's all it was. So yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Like I said, Harris Heller was like, don't reach out for sponsorships, let them come to you. So that's why I've kind of, and like I said, there's been a couple of people who reached out, but it's like startups and stuff, and I just don't know about that stuff. Kinda
Yeah,
sketchy.
no, dude, I'm the same way, man. I've been getting, I mean, like I said, most of mine have been like drink companies and stuff. I had one like clothing brand reach out, and they were like, "Hey, wear stuff on stream. We'll pay you this amount of money a month." And
Yeah.
I was like, so you're gonna send me shirts to wear on stream, and I just wear them. And so like I took that one, and that one was cool. They sent me a bunch of like shirts and stuff, and like that one was definitely nice. But other than that, dude, I haven't
Okay.
really like
Yeah.
looked too far into it.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the only reason I'm doing it or anything. It's just,
Yeah, exactly.
obviously, that's just another way to make sure that I can continue to do it full time when everything goes back to normal,
Yeah.
So
My thing is like how I don't want it to be like my main focus. It's just like I need a
Yeah.
sponsor, because then I'm just gonna stress every
Yeah.
single day
But
about trying to get a sponsor.
people do ask me now, and they're like, dude, wait, so you don't have a G Fuel code? I'm like, no, I'm not sponsored. And they're like, why not? And I was like, I don't know, dude. I just
I don't know.
I have no
Do you
clue,
have
man.
one? Wait, here, hold on one second. I'm gonna see if I know where this is at.
Okay. My girlfriend went outside for a second. He was like freaking out.
Yeah, dude, you're good, man. I'm surprised my kids haven't come in here already freaking out.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my service dog right here too.
You have a service dog?
Yeah,
Nice, dude. What kind of dog?
a German Shepherd Great Dane. She kind of looks like a wolf.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's dope though, man. She's like she looks like she'll eat your face off, but she like goes in the backyard and like plays with ducks. So like,
Dude, we want to get a dog so bad. This apartment's
Come
just too small for it.
come say hi. She's giant. Look. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good looking dog, man.
Oh, dude, I love her so much. She's an absolute goofball. Like if she's not sleeping on a bed or like something soft, she'll just like be super dramatic, and she'll like like really loud until she gets a pillow or something. You goofball. What are you doing?
So I did write down some stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything left. Oh, so just because I've been seeing a lot of it, and it's like a big focus right now on Twitch. What do you think about the whole Dr. Disrespect situation?
Oh, I don't know, man. Because he came out and he's like, they didn't tell me what I did.
There's no way,
Like,
man.
Dude,
There's no way.
If what he's saying is true, then Twitch is super scummy for that. But I'm just like, I don't know,
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of bigger streamers talking about it, and they're like, look, when Twitch signs that big of a contract with you, there's no way they ban you without saying something, it has to be something legal where they literally can't talk about it until it's settled. So it might take 6 months or a couple years, but we'll find out what happened. It's just literally nobody's allowed to talk about it right now. And if they do, then they're gonna get in big ass trouble.
Oh
So,
yeah, like
yeah,
huge trouble.
yeah. But I don't know. It's ballsy because he was like talking about suing Twitch. So I don't know, man.
It's gonna
It
be
sounds
rough.
like they're trying to work it out right now so that streamers can play with him again, because that's a big debate right now. It's like, is it fair for him to be like basically shunned?
Yeah, like outcasted
Yeah.
from everyone.
Because nobody knows the story, but it's like,
Mhm.
yeah. Or like, what about? I just watched. Do you watch Shroud at all? People tell
Yeah.
me I'm like a Walmart Shroud, so they.
That's so mean,
So
dude.
I don't care, man. I think it's funny. So I watch a lot of him because I'm like, why did they say that? So, but I saw him talking because he just started streaming on Twitch again, right?
hmm
And I don't know if it was TSM or FaZe, some big team reached out and was like, hey, let's play some Valorant. And he was like, basically like, no, because when he was on Mixer, nobody wanted to play with him. Like, that's definitely like, you know,
Yeah, I do. I agree with that
yeah,
100%.
I
Yeah.
think I do too, man. That's
You don't want to mess with me when I got
yeah,
2,000 viewers. Okay, don't mess with me when I got 500,000. Then
yeah.
I agree with that. I do, and I like Shroud. I really
Yeah,
do.
I like Shroud a lot too. That guy, I don't know. I feel like I need to go back and watch because I like watching like the story behind how they
Oh yeah, I
blew
like
up.
watching those as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the different like career choices each one of them make. Because Shroud obviously is one that started out as like a ridiculous pro player.
Oh yeah, well, I mean
Yeah,
he's like absolutely like known for having the best aim in the country, and he
yeah,
he does.
yeah. Dude, Valorant. I mean, I think he was talking about being pro for Valorant. So that'll be really interesting to see him go pro again if he does.
Yeah. Hey, nothing's out
Uh,
there.
but yeah, man, it'll be interesting. I'll be watching. I'm definitely keeping an eye on Shroud and Doc.
Yeah,
Um,
yo, I'm gonna keep an eye on you as well.
likewise.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make. I swear. I see the face. I see it. Okay.
Yeah, I told my girlfriend, I was like, I need you to take a nice picture, and she's like, I'm busy, and I'm like, all right, I'll just take a selfie. Well, that'll do for now. But yeah, man, I guess it's a good place to end it.
All right.
I'll definitely. I can't. I'm looking forward to having you on again, especially if with your buddy. Be an
Yeah,
interesting
man.
talk.
And if you ever want to play or anything, just let me know.
Absolutely, man. I'll mess with my CPU and see if I can get Modern Warfare working because it's been pissing me off. Game is so messed up right now, man.
Dude, that's PC gaming in a whole, man. It's great when it's working and it's terrible when it's not.
AAA studio right there, man.
Yep. It's just a small multi-billion-dollar company,
Yeah. I've been telling people, I'm like, Cold War better be like the best damn Call of Duty in years
Ooh,
because they're
wait,
tough.
real quick. Tell me if this wouldn't be the perfect game, right? Call of Duty Ghost maps, right?
Okay.
But with Modern Warfare's gun design and mechanics.
Yeah, I can see that because
Yeah.
dude, that game was so weird because
Mhm.
it was Call of Duty, but it didn't feel like Call of Duty
Yep.
at all.
But the maps were great.
Yeah, they were. There was
But
some of the
everything
best
about it
maps.
was something was off, and I think it was the gunplay. Oh, and another thing.
Yeah.
Tell me this wouldn't be perfect as well. This next Call of Duty could be absolute garbage, right?
Yeah.
Terrible. You can give me terrible guns, terrible maps, but if you take out skill-based matchmaking and just let me have fun, great Call of Duty.
See, I haven't looked too much into the skill based stuff. Like, I get the whole argument and stuff, but I'm like,
Mhm.
I just never really paid much attention. I wouldn't know the difference.
Oh, so, dude, I literally every time I play Call of Duty, I'm up against like just mini shrouds every time I play.
I guess the other difference is also I'm not that great. I'm
Mm.
okay.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I get lucky every once in a while. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely see if that game will work because I literally could not play it last time I tried to stream it. It was skipping, and like I would pick
Dang,
something
dude.
up, and it was like everybody else in the lobby was saying it was happening for them too, though. So I don't know if it's my thing or the servers were just bad that day. But like you would go to pick something up, and he would like your guy would like freeze to pick it up, and then all of a sudden you have it in your hands almost. Like it was just there was some kind of lag going on.
Huh. Dang.
So,
All right, man. Well,
yeah.
I'll catch you another time. Like I said, if you want to play, just let me know.
Thanks, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
I'll catch you later. Oh, yo, send me your PO box, by the way.
I will. Creators Unite,
All right, man.
episode 5 in the books.